Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to the Little Reader's House. I'm the Little Reader, and you're in my house, and today I've got 4 kids with me. The energies and archetypes of 4 children who are banging down the doors quite literally to have themselves be heard. Now, a little funny story about this reading. The way this reading started was going to be inner child guidance. Very general, very basic, like for your inner child. And it was a cerebral inspiration because it's something I've noticed in the collective and in myself lately as an area that could just thrive on some love and attention. So I got the reading all ready to go mentally and I started setting everything up. And then in true channeling fashion, these 4 children archetypes just took over. And all of a sudden I was digging through my closet for old childhood things. I was writing these letters, channeling these letters from these kids. And it became, instead of just like messages from your inner child in kind of a rote fashion where we get like very general stuff, it became this super specific personalities of these children coming through that are like, hey, we're alive. We are inside of the population that needs to see this video, and we need to be heard, like stat. Because where we're going, well, that's a Back to the Future quote. Where we're going, we don't need roads. But really, that's kind of the vibe. It's like as we're raising the collective consciousness and as we're diving into the dark and then dipping back up into the light and everything's getting wild out in these third dimensional streets, these kids are like so alive. And the veil, you might say, if you're into that sort of lingo, has thinned to such a degree that they're like, for those sensitive empath channeler types like myself, these spirits have the ability to reach through and literally grab hold of our heart and say, hey, we have got to be made known. You have got to let our bodies know, because these spirits are not deceased. Although for a select few of you, if you have a special relationship to a child on the other side, I'm hearing that they will communicate with you through this pile, through the pile that you select. So that actually could stand for some. But for most, it is the child inside of you who wants to be heard. And the child is so ready to come alive and drop some serious wisdom and also be reparented by you and guide you back to your purpose. So without further ado, let's jump into what's going on here and let's choose your crew. Now, we've got some interesting personalities, every single one warming my heart. With our first crew, we have this actually heirloom solid gold bracelet, which is a very precious heirloom to me, that this crew, the energy of this child specifically wanted used. And I suppose we'll see more about that. I actually already have a suspicion as to why. Well, we will discuss that more when we get here, if you're going here. So you are my golden bracelet crew. Second, petrified wood. This is a beautiful piece of petrified wood that has turned into essentially a sort of gemstone. It's got all the strength and sturdiness of wood with all the shine and beauty of a gem. Truly remarkable. And the way these letters were folded, the way I was instructed to fold these letters by the spirit of these children can also be significant as well. So in my golden bracelet crew, it was a simple half fold, no frills, simple. For my petrified wood crew, we've got this very interesting football, I'm thinking. This is a football. Oh, wow, it's on the move for sure. It's alive. So even though wood is the element here, the life coming out of this thing is amazing. For my beautiful amethyst Crew. We've got this, and this just isn't any amethyst. Not that any amethyst wouldn't be incredible, but this amethyst has been like iodized, and it's got this treatment to it that gives it this special kind of glow, almost like an opalescent shine. So it's amethyst with a twist. And we've got this really creative kind of fold, like a delicate fold. You can see that it was like folded in 3 and then again folded in 1, 2, I guess 3 parts. So 3 may be a significant number here for my beautiful Amethyst Crew. And lastly, I've got a special relationship with this crew over here because we went through something to fold this. So first we've got this feather. Bird, I believe, is a chicken or a turkey. So this is the feather. And then for my feather crew, I was instructed to fold a paper plane. Now, I will admit fully, I was in the zone starting to fold this plane, and then my own creativity took over, and I could hear the spirit of this inner child groaning and saying, oh, you messed it up. You destroyed it. Like, that's not right. So I got onto Google and found the correct shape that I was supposed to fold, and then folded this beautiful paper plane. So this is my paper plane feather crew, and we already got a good thing going here. So take a moment, beautiful soul, select the crew that you resonate with. I have a suspicion this is going to be a little bit juicier than I even knew. But you know what we say here at the leader's house. Oh, I like that. But I meant the little reader's house. What we say is, it takes as long as it takes. Time is not a factor here. We don't have a clock. We just ride with the waves of the energy. So if you're along for the ride on this long and winding road potentially, then get cozy, select your crew, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about the structure of the reading, or at least what it was before all this started happening. And we'll see where Spirit takes us. All right, if you made your selection, I can't wait to see you. In the links in the description box, you can choose exactly which crew you're a part of. And let me chat a little bit about the structure of the reading. So we're going to look at the letters, and then we're going to channel your inner child, or do some version of that. If allowed, we're going to go with the free-flowing channeling. And some of these inner children are feeling pretty chatty, so that's going to be interesting. Then we're going to look at what medicine your inner child needs right now. So what medicine does your inner child need to come alive? What actions and ideas and energies can you, the adult, incorporate into your life to reawaken the magic of your inner child? And then finally, we'll look at some blessings that you can expect from incorporating this medicine into your life. So simply by watching and spending time in this space and co-creating with me, you co-create every time you use your intuition to select a pile. You co-create every time you watch a reading and you open your heart and allow yourself to consider the possibilities. So by simply co-creating and being part of this experience and listening to this medicine, we're going to look at what blessings are coming in as a result of this moment in time. So I suppose this is a quantum shift sort of moment here. And that gives me chills all over the place. So if you're in and it sounds good, oh, sorry, little feather. If you're in and it sounds good, let's get started. Drop down to that description box and pop in and choose your crew, and I will see you there. Hello, my beautiful golden bracelet crew. If you chose this heirloom legacy golden bracelet, then this is your crew, and we are talking directly to your inner child, or in some instances, the precious child on the other side. Let's see what's inside the letter. this very simple half fold. It's a letter to me. Dear me, one day you will be great. You will be so proud of yourself. I can't wait for people, P-E-E-P-L-E, to recognize, with an S instead of a Z, how awesome I am. I love when people celebrate me. I love to be seen. I know I am special. Respectfully, me. This is precious. My beautiful golden bracelet crew. So, right off the bat, the dear and the respectfully, of all our crews, I believe this is the only super proper letter that kind of has this flow. I could be wrong, but just the organization of it, the attempt, when I was writing it and channeling it out, I felt like, okay, it's important to stay within the lines. It's important to kind of keep within the margins. This little hyphen here, like it's important to be proper. And maybe even classy is a word that comes to mind. This inner child is an old soul, has a great sense, and this is where I was feeling this legacy bracelet, which comes from my great-grandmother. The feeling of an old soul, a wisdom beyond its years this inner child has, which is also full of this confidence. This inner child knows their mission. One day you will be great. You will be so proud of yourself. I can't wait for people to recognize how awesome I am. Recognize is a big word for a kid to use. I love when people celebrate me. I love to be seen. I know I am special. Respectfully, me. Let's take a moment and channel this inner child free flow, see what comes out. Beautiful golden bracelet. Spirit of this inner child. Please give us a message for your adult self to hear, or teenage self, or adolescent self. Well, my age doesn't matter because I know a lot of things. I see a lot of things. I have a lot of memories. And I just watch a lot, you know? I'm watching people. And people don't see what's important. What's important is other people. We need to see each other. We need to love each other. We need to celebrate with each other by having parties and having fun and watching funny movies and laughing and hugging and going on adventures. And I know this because I've seen a lot of things. And I see how happy people are when they're together with the people they love. And my message for me, I don't think you forgot me. I don't think you forgot this stuff. I think you still see people. You still watch, and you're still wise. Because I'm wise. I think wise just gets wiser. You know how important it is to love each other and choose the people who love you. That's what it's all about. It's about us as people and being seen and told how awesome we are. I bet you still tell people how awesome they are. I bet you're still kind, and I bet you've only gotten kinder. And I want you to go to the people who are kind to you too. Make sure that you're still around people who celebrate you, who celebrate us. who celebrate me. But I'm close with you, and I know you can feel me, because I know we haven't changed so much. And I'm proud of you, really proud of you. I'm always going to be the one saying kind words inside your head. That's me. Yeah. Every time you get a hug from somebody else, or you give a hug, that's me too. I love you a lot. Okay. Bye. That was really cute. All right. So, let's set this little letter aside, my beautiful golden bracelet crew, and take a look as we check on your inner child, which I'm getting the feeling that you have a pretty tight relationship with. Let's see. What is it? And we're looking at this Major Arcana numerology deck, which is strictly the Major Arcana. What is the area that your inner child wants you to focus on right now, or is aware that you're focusing on and is guiding you through right now from inside of your heart? Spirit, show us. Where's my beautiful golden bracelet crews? Beautiful. And then what single channeled message or idea? We're using the Hermit Tarot's channeled messages, and you may have seen this deck used before in a lot of love readings, but I feel like there's a certain special sort of love between an inner child and our adult self. So I was guided to use this deck with a few cards removed that are specific to romance to get a feeling for, something that your inner child wants you to consider. And then an affirmation that your inner child would like you to keep on tap, if you will, for the stage of life that you're in right now and the lesson that you're learning right now. Your inner child would like you to keep this affirmation at the forefront of your heart. We're going to do two. Actually, I feel like this one just popped out. We'll see if it did. Yes, it was peeping. So we're going to do three. I think your inner child, my beautiful golden bracelet crew, really values the spoken word, really values the power of language to communicate and transfer energy. This is something that your inner child wants to remind you of, is the power of the spoken word. And then a meditation that your inner child would like you to utilize. So let's look at this, and then we're going to bring out the tarot in just a couple of minutes right under here for some more insights. But let's look at what we have here for the stage of life you're currently in. Relationship. Now, this is traditionally the Judgment card. This is number 20. This is fascinating because the message we channeled just a few moments ago, for the parts that I could link into, it seemed that one of the things that was being emphasized was relationship and relating to others, and how spending time with people is really, really valuable to your inner child. Here it says, for this particular take on the Major Arcana, our deck says, my partner is in perfect resonance with my vibration. With understanding comes harmony in relationships. And then here on the bottom, we have two keywords, couple and life. And I see that this is focused on a romantic interest, which could be very relevant for you, my golden bracelet crew. But it's also possible that this is relating to, oh, that's so funny. I hear children talking outside. It's possible that this is also related to groups and your community. your workplace, your neighborhood, your HOA association if you have one, your friends. It's related to the way you are in community and in collaboration with the people in your life. Your inner child is asking you to peek at what you're bringing and what you're receiving. So let's take a look at this Hermit Tarot channeled message. Oh, number 10. I believe this is the 10 of Cups. You are my everything. So your inner child adores you. And like your inner child said, you are linked. You two have not strayed far from one another, my beautiful golden bracelet crew. You two are like this bracelet, one and the same, like one loop, one infinitely connected loop. And when I say old soul vibes, if you've ever been told that you are an old soul or you feel like an old soul, you are. Your inner child is very aware and is very much running the show, even in your adult life. You may be an individual whose personality was formed pretty early on, and people just say, like, that's Golden Bracelet Crew. That's them. The way they move has not changed since they were young. Maybe your parents tell you this. The way you think, the way you observe, that was a key word that came up a few times, I think. The way you process life, my beautiful Golden Bracelet Crew, has been consistent for a long, long time, even in lives predating this one. And that's part of your charm, and that's part of what makes you so special. So when your inner child says, you are my everything, they've been with you for a long time because you've been aligned with your inner truth and your inner spirit for a long time. Another thing is the 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. Your inner child is saying, right now, I want you to go in the direction of the people who are your everything. Go in the direction of relationships that are extremely fulfilling to you. Spend time with those who reciprocate your energy, who grasp your offerings, and then offer you something back in return. I feel instinctively moved to put my hands in the receiving position because your inner child is saying, go where you can also receive. You give so generously, my beautiful Golden Bracelet Crew. Heart of gold. I mean, come on, heart of gold. So take care to go where that heart of gold is valued, and you can have golden coins of love, admiration, appreciation, words of affirmation, if that's one of your primary love languages. Go where you can receive that. Go to the groups, go to the people, go to the environments. It's not just about bodies touching. That's something your inner child is saying. It's not just about being in a room full of people. It's not just about physical intimacy. It's about getting your heart touched. That's everything for you, my beautiful Golden Bracelet Crew. Getting your heart touched. And if your life has been feeling empty or something hasn't been satisfying because, well, you weren't really sure why, that's why. Because your inner child says, we need to have our heart touched by other people. We need satisfying relationships. And if you've been resisting, specific message for a specific few, getting in a relationship that you know would have long-term implications. Maybe there's a little bit of a fear of commitment there. Fear of commitment, that's an adult issue. That's not an inner child issue. Children don't fear commitment. Your inner child is not afraid of commitment. If you've been resisting getting into a meaningful, intimate relationship that has long-term potential, this is your sign that when you find somebody who touches your heart, value that. Commit to that. Because it's going to bring you so much. It's going to give you the opportunity to share this 10 of Cups. Ooh, this 10 of Cups, you are my everything. Not just with yourself, not all by yourself. You're going to be able to look at someone in the eyes and say, you are my everything. And they're going to look back at you and say, you are my everything. And then you're going to get into this competition to just love one another so much because your cups are already overflowing, because you've both found an individual who took the time to learn to love themselves. I get a high amount of self-love here, my beautiful golden bracelet crew. Maybe it's innate. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's something you were born with. Maybe it's something you'd had for a long time simply because you know yourself so well and have known yourself so well for so long, which is incredible. I applaud you. Please leave a comment and teach me your ways. This self-love that you have is going to enable you to have an extremely enriching coupling. If you're already with somebody, it's time to assess that relationship and say, are we in resonance? How can I enrich this relationship more? How can I ask for my romantic needs to be met, for validation and affirmation? And if you're actively looking for a relationship, your inner child is saying it's right around the corner. It's right around the corner. Especially as you integrate this moment, this precious moment. Wow. Okay. Let's go into the affirmations here. First, we have processing grief. The affirmation is, my losses prove how deeply I loved. My losses prove how deeply I loved. Wow. That is, you go deep, my beautiful golden bracelet crew. You tend to form deep relationships with people because, once again, your inner child, that's their thing. Deep relationships, touching the heart, making a heart connection. So when these losses happen, either through tragedy, death, simple separation, it hurts your beautiful heart, my golden bracelet crew. But your inner child wants you to know, my losses prove how deeply I loved. Keep going deep with people. Don't let the losses deter you. In unhooking the past, we have, there is nothing to regret when I learn from my past. There is nothing to regret when I learn from my past. So if you feel like you missed an opportunity or you lost a relationship, maybe you felt your heart so touched by a special individual and then that individual moved on in some way, shape, or form. Maybe you've made decisions that you feel have taken you off the path of this relationship trajectory. Maybe you feel you've made decisions intentionally to avoid that. But your inner child is saying, my beautiful golden bracelet crew, there is nothing to regret when I learn from my past. It's all led up to this powerful moment, this beautiful moment, this infinite moment, and you can go anywhere from here. Your desires can all be manifested from this point where we are right now. Spirit can catch you up like this to get you to where you want to be. So, also shameless plug to the reading just recently about time. There's a message in there about catching up to the point where you want to be. When you align, you can make up for time in ways you can't imagine. So there's nothing to regret when I learned from my past. Finally, celebrating simplicity. This card peeked out at me and said, me, take me too. I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. My beautiful golden bracelet crew. I almost said golden heart because I feel that golden heart from you. I feel at this point in the reading, you and your inner child have merged. And I'm speaking to and from both of you, one and the same. It's an incredible feeling. I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. Is there a possibility that in avoiding a certain level of emotional connection, there has been this move to create a lot of different relationships? Like instead of having a super intense single relationship, it's like instead we've increased the size of our community so that we can get our needs met from many different people. Like I always use this to describe extroverts, although I'm not sure it's true, and I totally made it up with my brain. So, fair warning. But I feel like an extrovert can go into a room and let's say they have 100% of their cup they want to fill for connection. They go to 5 different people and they get 20% from this one, 20% from that one, 20% from that one, 20% from that one, and 20% from that one. I hope that mathed out correctly. I don't do math. An introvert goes into the same room with the same need for 100% connection, but instead selects one person and gets 100% of their connection from that one person. Now, as an ambivert myself, and you can see in the description box below, I've included this ENFP/INFJ because I tend to flip-flop for whatever reason between the two personalities across the years. And we never know during a year which one I'm going to be in, or even during a single day. So that's why I've created that take. And I feel there's an applicability here, my beautiful golden bracelet crew, in that perhaps there's a deep yearning for connection to try out, even just for a short amount of time, 100% emotional vulnerability and 100% emotional exposure and 100% emotional fulfillment from a single person rather than from a broad group. Because I feel you have a bubbling social life, my beautiful golden bracelet crew. Most of you seem to have a lot of people in your life, and you're like taking a sip from every cup. And your inner child is saying, how about we take a deep, long drink from a single cup for a while and see how that matures our spirit. For an already extremely mature spirit, this is an area where integration can happen. And if we've already got a person in our life or a partner in our life, we can refocus on taking a deep, long drink from that individual and seeing if we resonate with what's there. Do we resonate with what's there? Take a risk, take a leap, take a chance, right into that cup. Bathe in it. Now for your meditation, we have imagine a warm, soothing light surrounding your body. So this is something that you can set a timer for 10 minutes. First thing in the morning is great. In the evening, it's fantastic. And just imagine a warm, soothing light surrounding your body. Notice it's like a golden light here. Golden light. And then we've got this golden bracelet, and there's a lot of gold going on here. Gold, golden aura. That can be very healing for you. Gold, and then we also see green in the heart chakra area. So take time to do that. Consider committing to doing it for a week or 2 and allowing that light to see you, illuminate you, feel you, and you feel it, see it, and choose to be illuminated by it. Now let's grab your tarot, my beautiful golden bracelet crew, and see what else your inner child would like to say, would like to prescribe as medicine. So Spirit, what does my beautiful golden bracelet crew's inner child want to prescribe as medicine? Energies that can be incorporated here. And we've already got such a rich message with this relationship focus. I absolutely love that. I'd love to hear how it's resonating from you. And if you're resonating with this reading, my beautiful golden bracelet crew, please please feel free to subscribe and join the family so that you can continue to grow with the energies that are just knocking on the door of the veil to be heard and seen. I want you in my house. That's what I'm saying. I want to have a relationship with you. Am I speaking your language now? I certainly feel like it. All right, Spirit, show us the energies and the medicine. Yes, for my golden bracelet crew, that their inner child would like them to incorporate. Ah, beautiful. And then we're going to get Inspiration of Swords in the upright position for the back of the deck energy. Ah, okay. I got to pull up my little beanbag chair a little closer because every time I get excited, I wiggle. Okay, Inspiration of Swords is our back of the deck over-encompassing energy. But let's turn these babies over and see what else your inner child wants to share first. The High Priestess. Love it. The Ace of Cups. I should also mention, they're all three upright so far. The Ten of Swords, also upright. The Four of Wands in reverse. The Action of Pentacles in reverse, that's the Knight of Pentacles. And the Nine of Cups upright. My goodness, my beautiful golden bracelet crew. What a story unfolds. Your inner child is reiterating everything we discussed, but in an illustrating manner with a few pieces added. So first of all, to trust your intuition and believe that you cannot go wrong. So your inner child has a very mental body. Let me add a word in there. A very developed mental body, a very developed ability to come to accurate conclusions. And this third eye is so powerful. And this mental acuity is such that it often, well, it is your intuition. It is your intuition, but I feel like it's developed primarily at an external POV, meaning that you can come to these incredible intuitive assessments about other people. Oh my goodness, your channeling that we did after the letter said something about that. It said something about, what was it? Like looking, I almost said Wookieing, Star Wars fan by any chance, looking at other people and seeing them. I don't know. As I was channeling the words, I was also seeing many images. And what I saw was a child's perspective of watching people embracing, watching people speak with one another. Like so much of your inner child's learning and your childhood self-learning was through observation. So what this High Priestess card is telling us is now to direct some of that, if not all of it, inward toward yourself. Your ability to intuit about others and intuit about your external environment, now direct it inward toward yourself. And there's going to be this incredible leveling up. I'd also like to mention I see 2 blue candles and a yin and yang. Very balanced theme here. And I'm intuitively picking up from this card another, I'm not trying to preach about relationships to you. I promise, this is your inner child, not me. The beauty of partnership, harmony, relationship, equal give and take. This looks like the female and male symbol to me. I think, is that what that is? I'm going to bring it up real close. I'm not so sure about that one, but I think that's the female symbol. In any case, further confirmation that if you are looking for deep, intimate, emotional connection with a single individual where you bare your soul, then you have already caught this intuitive message. And if you've known that for a while but haven't really been ready to admit it, then here's your confirmation. And that's further confirmed by this Ace of Cups. Here we see this adorable otter. Adorable. I don't know why I want to say adorable like that. Adorable. It's just so adorable. But we've got these loti, or water lilies. Somebody help. Drop that comment down below. Help a sister out. With this dove inside this cup of water that's being poured out. Now the otter is playful. Otters are a playful creature. And this one is saying, playfully accept the cup of love when it's offered to you. We don't have to take it so very seriously. I know you're an old soul, my beautiful golden bracelet crew. I know that being serious, I mean, look at your letter. I don't know, there's just a serious energy about it to me. Even the way it's folded is just like no nonsense, no BS. We're getting right down to business. Whereas I felt in the other inner child cruise, this really playful, almost nonsensical vibe. It is not here with you, my beautiful golden bracelet crew. You are about legacy, business, importance, weight. Again, where these accents are coming from, I couldn't say. But LSS, long story short, which I don't even know why I would try to shorten a story in this house. We like long stories. Playful. Playful. The objective here is play. Don't worry. If you're worried about committing to like the one, and when you make a commitment, it's really got to be to the one, and that person's really got to check off all the boxes because they're going to be the one. I'm giggling because your inner child's laughing. The one is you. You are the one, golden bracelet crew. You are your inner child's everything. You're your own everything. That's never going to change. And if you're afraid that you're going to lose that in, like if you bare your soul to a single individual and make some kind of deep emotional commitment, if you're aromantic, it may not be a romantic commitment. It may be a different sort of partnership. You are allowed to define that for yourself. But if you're afraid of losing yourself, being absorbed and disappearing, your inner child saying, no. We got each other's back, me and you, golden bracelet crew. Your inner child's got your back. You two are one. You will always be this autonomous free agent allowed to be yourself, whoever that is, over time, across the lifespan, across the galactic cosmic journey. No one can ever take that away from you. So trust your intuition that you're going to find the individual, or individuals plural, over the span of that time that nourish you, that are playful with you, that don't try to take away from you, that don't try to corrupt your inner material. That's such an interesting way to say that. Corrupt your inner material. Like the very fabric of you, your inner child is saying, will always be you. So have no fear. We see that in this 10 of Swords. If I keep choosing myself, am I just going to end up alone? This is a very lonely, like a ship has gone down. And all we have here is the water. The water. Again, accent, what? A setting sun. Look, a little, what's that little guy? Not a buoy. Not a life vest. I used to know this. I was a Sea Scout. Did you know that? Fun fact. Anyway, little life ring, floating ring, something like that. And all these little pieces of a shipwreck left out on the ocean. I think it means two things. This fear of being absorbed in deep, intimate connection and relationship. And then this sister fear of being abandoned. Like, here we have, my losses prove how deeply I loved. Maybe it's happened before. Maybe you are going through a heartbreak right now, my beautiful golden bracelet crew. But above all, you are so worthy of love. And you are going to find that love again and again and again. So love fearlessly and love courageously and bravely in the knowledge that you go so deep. You go to the bottom of the ocean where other souls have no idea what's down there. You have the capacity to go down there, and you're like, what if I go down there with somebody else and they become my everything and then they're gone? How do I come back from that? You come back from it, beautiful soul, by understanding that just getting a chance to go down there is what life is about. Yeah, just getting a chance to go down there is what life is about. And then when you come back up, as long as you did it with your whole heart, it just proves how deeply you've loved. It will enrich you. You don't have to worry. You're going to have your Four of Wands. You won't be left behind. There will always be people around you to love you. You've proven that. And if you don't have a community right now, which I find incredibly hard to believe, so hard to believe, I don't know why it's coming out of my mouth, but it is, and we don't ask questions. At least not in a self-doubty way. If you don't have a community right now or feel like you don't, that is going to change. We've got your Nine of Cups here as the end of the story. You surrounded by love. You being that little golden egg. Obviously, you're the golden bracelet crew. You're the goldest egg. You're pure hearted gold. Your community is literally on the other side of this moment. This realization that your inner child has brought you here today to have. Your community is here. You will find them. You will never be left behind. You will never be left with nobody. You will never be alone. Let me prophesy over you for a second, if you're into that sort of thing. Based on the energies I see and feel as your reader, I am making a pinky promise from the universe that deep emotional fulfillment will actually come as a byproduct of being willing to risk having it all taken away. So if you step into that courageously and say, you know what, I am going to love hard. I am going to bare my soul. I am going to dive to the very deepest part of the ocean, and I'm going to be playful about it because I know I can't fail. I'm going to take action toward the success I'm going to take risks, knowing that the outcome is this Nine of Cups. Even if just for a short while, it will have been so worth it. And then after I come back up for air and my head breaks through the water of that ocean and I'm breathing and taking a moment of respite, I'm going to collect myself, look at how deeply I've loved and be proud of that, and then dive right back down again. Because that's what I came here to do, is relate. People, that's your mission, baby. And I don't normally call my crews baby, but, you know, maybe you need to call somebody baby. Maybe there's a baby on your mind and you gotta babe them up. Be a little risky. Don't be afraid. This Action of Pentacles is moving real slow. But I see a horse and I see a figure on that horse, and I suspect that in this image that I'm imagining, you have spurs that are really gentle and humane. They're more like fluffy spurs, but they help the horse to know that you want to go faster. And you kind of kick those into the horse's side ever so gently, like daisies. We're not causing any harm here. Then that horse goes shooting off, and you landing in this Nine of Cups. Your nest is richly lined, my beautiful, I'm seeing a circular theme again here. My beautiful golden bracelet crew, your nest is richly lined. Wait a second, I want to do that again. That's pretty cool. The fact that this circle came out as your talisman. The circle is like never ending. Reminds me of the Ouroboros, the snake that eats itself, infinity. Time is not something you have to worry about. And if you're one who has been open to all of this, and you've known all of this, and you've well integrated all of this, and you're like, I'm just waiting for that person to show up. Spirit says, oh, it's time. It's time. You just keep doing what you're doing because it's time. And when the opportunity arises, you gently kick your super soft and fuzzy spurs into the side of that horse and you gallop into it. This inspiration of swords, interesting that it's over the Spirit of Cups, which I believe is the Queen of Cups. I always have a challenge with this deck. Let's just find out real quick. Inspiration of Swords. Inspiration is, okay, so action is the Knight. I knew that. Oh, it's the Page. So this is the Page of Swords, and underneath is the Spirit of Cups, and Spirit is the Queen. So, a word about communication. Let the communication out of the box. If you've been withholding any feelings or any desire to communicate with somebody in particular, maybe that baby we talked about earlier. I don't mean an infant, by the way. I mean it like in a endearing romantic way, or a romantic way where it's a potential partner who you just want to have that rapport with, somebody close, where you bare your soul. That is the next step for you for integrating all of this, my beautiful golden bracelet crew, is the expression of the feelings inside of you, the expression of the depth of how deep you can go, the expression of wounds you've had in the past that you need to be heard by somebody, the expression of what's on your mind, what's in your intuition. I get the sense that you spend a good deal of time expressing to others with such love what you see about them, how they can make their next move, how they can advance their life forward. You're like this incredible mentor, guardian, earth angel. Now we want to express about you. We want to go vulnerable into the heart in a playful way. It doesn't have to be, again, so life or death, but just expressing, this is how I feel. This is what I want. And expressing that to the people. That is the medicine that your inner child has for you, my beautiful golden bracelet crew. Wow, 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 wow. Now let's look at what blessings can emerge as a result of this moment of integration. Because I can feel the energy shift just by your presence with this information, whether you choose to do the meditation, which I recommend, or whether you choose to write down these affirmations and reflect on them again. I also recommend that. By taking in this knowledge, you have done an amazing thing. So I'm so excited for you and proud of you for being here, my beautiful golden bracelet crew. Do you know, of course you do, how beautiful you are? It's Hafiz. Mountains bow down to express that beauty of your soul. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's stay with the Tarot of Oneness. Put aside the meditation and the affirmations. And let's see, Spirit, what blessings can my beautiful golden bracelet crew experience? Blessing or blessings, if it's like a super specific, awesome one thing, or if it's like many awesome energies. What can my beautiful golden bracelet crew expect as a result of this integration, as taking in this medicine, showing up here today, being on this journey of evolution? What can they expect? Okay, definitely that. And this. This one, these two also, and this. Oh my goodness, my beautiful golden bracelet crew, your inner child doesn't play. The Star. And this star rendering on this deck is this waterfall of pure emotional majesty, movement. And we've got these like flares of light, multicolored. We've got throat chakra expression. We've got heart fulfillment. We've got solar plexus, sacral, and root chakra. And of course, we have the indigo of the night. Your third eye is already very strong. And the light of the crown. And it's like completely new you, birthed by deep emotional fulfillment and happiness. Happiness, my beautiful golden bracelet crew. You know who you are and you know what you're worth, and you've loved yourself for a long time and you've been true to yourself for a long time. You've known that you were the star, right? It says somewhere here, I know I am special. Now you're going to feel like it. How about that? Now you're going to feel like it. And you're going to allow somebody, maybe multiple people, but for you, I see specific somebody, to validate you and see you for all that you are. Ways you've always known. Like, wow, do we even need? Of course we do. And of course we're going to. But I'm just saying. That's the big old blessing. Ah, yes. Five of Wands, the Magician, the Fool, synchronicity, and oneness. So deep spiritual fulfillment. The end to the lone wolf. The Five of Wands in this deck I call my lone wolf card, because we've got conflict, and then we've got a lone wolf way off there in the distance, and a lone wolf closing in on the viewer, who is meant to be our POV. And every single one of these wolves, in my opinion, looks pretty unhappy, including the person who's about to be eaten. Not only is this an end to internal conflict and this feeling like you're just one hair away from complete satisfaction, because my beautiful golden bracelet crew, you don't just become a golden heart by constantly being hungry and dissatisfied. I suspect your life is actually quite satisfying. You may even turn to people and say, I've got it all. I'm living my dream life. Oh, you totally do that. You totally do that, my golden bracelet crew. You totally turn to people and say, yes, I've got it figured out. I've got my career. That thing is thriving like you wouldn't believe. I've got my car. I've got my house. I've got my friends. And then you like change the subject because we're missing like a piece there. And you're not going to be missing that piece anymore. One could even interpret this as finding the one, the Magician card. Now, do you remember me saying earlier, and sorry, there's like this little bit of like a pen mark, which we're just going to kind of wipe right off there. Remember how I said early in the reading, I want to open my hands to receive? That was just a thing. Your inner child was like, yo. It didn't say yo. I added that part. Open your hands and receive, like gold. Literally, golden heart, golden thing. This is so funny. Gosh. I get really excited about this stuff. Okay. You're going to be receiving, one could say, the one, perhaps. Oh my gosh. And I even said, stop worrying about the one. So do stop worrying about that. Release, release, release. Don't attach. Redact all of that. If I could get the CIA in here to just bleep, remove that part, I would. But because we like an unedited flow, we'll leave it in, let you jump to your own conclusions, both intuitively and intellectually. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not promising you that the next person that you choose to bare your soul with is going to be the one. I, the little reader, am not promising you that. Okay, moving on. The Fool. Brand new beginning, brand new start. This is a brand new you. This is the you who, hey, look, another circular vortex. Interesting, isn't it? How this is, there's a lot of a circle theme. Homework, if you're into that sort of thing. What's the spiritual meaning of circles? spiritual symbolism of circles. Oh, look, another circle. Oh, hey, another circle. Look, a circle. That's like your shape. Brand new beginning, brand new you, the synchronicity that's going to find you, the oneness that's going to find you. It's an end to feeling like you had that missing piece. Missing piece is found as a result of this integration, as a result of stepping into this energy, which is really what it is. It's choosing to behave in a way that we've never behaved before, to feel in a way we've never felt before, to thrive in a way that we've never thrived before. Courage. That's my prayer for you, my beautiful golden bracelet crew, because with courage, this is all yours. Yep. So my beautiful golden bracelet crew, this is what's been promised to you by your inner child. It's been an absolute honor being with you today in both iterations of your energy. The inner child self and the adult you self has been a gift. So thank you so much for co-creating this with me and being wonderful you. I'm so grateful that we have a beautiful soul like you on this earth. My goodness, am I grateful for it. If you enjoyed this video, like it. If you want to come back to the Little Reader's house where you're always welcome, subscribe. Hit that little bell icon so that you don't miss another opportunity to talk to whatever wacky thing, and I say that with affection, is busting through the veil to come out next. If you like the journey, get in the house. If you want a personal reading, those are available in the description box for now, as of the moment of posting. I do not know how long those will be available. However, right this hot second, they are. And with that, beautiful soul, take it and just be your incredible star self. Yeah. Can't wait to see what you do. Until next time, baby. Bye for now. Hello, my beautiful Petrified Wood crew, and welcome to a channeled message slash reading slash whatever this thing is, meeting. Yes, a meeting with your inner child. If I call you Petrified Wood for the rest of this reading, I'm going to have to see myself out. So let's just shorten that to Wood Crew. How about that? Now, you may ask, little reader, why do you do that? Why don't you do like the pile 1, pile 2 thing? That's an excellent question. I feel when we associate with an element, the energy of that element, whatever it may be, a metal, a crystal, a talisman, an object, is very symbolic. And if we can connect with that, we can actually begin the process of integration and healing right in that moment. It's powerful to connect to a number, absolutely. But for me, connecting to the element is powerful too. So that's the story behind that. My beautiful, oh, I almost said Petrified Wood. Okay, it might come out. It might slip out. I'm going to slip you, speaking of slipping, over to the side, and I hope you're in frame. And we are going to drop into this little letter and then drop into a little live channeled message from your inner child. And I don't know what's up with these flowy hands, but here they are. Movement, like we got big movement energy coming from your inner child, my beautiful Petrified Wood crew. I guess you're going to be Petrified Wood. Take back everything I said. Why do I even try to go against destiny? I don't know. Let's see what your inner child has to say. Love the folding job here, by the way. I know I did it, but I was just following instructions. So what's it say? Oh, yeah. All right. It says, this is boring. Can we go outside now? It's time to play. I want a treehouse, maybe a tea party. I want to build something. I love being outside. That's where the real life is. Time to go. Bye. I love your inner child, my beautiful wood crew. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is boring. I love that. Boring. Okay, do we have perfect spelling here? That's really interesting because we have misspellings in some of our other channeled letters today. But I don't see any here. I see like perfect grammar, which makes me think this inner child is, yes, loves to be outside, evidently, but also has a perfectionism streak, potentially an intellectual streak, maybe more than a streak. Yeah, more than a streak is what I'm hearing. I love being outside. That's where the real life is. Time to go. Bye. Yeah, there's no like love me or, you know, love your inner child or sincerely. For our golden bracelet crew, I think we gotta respectfully. Yeah. But here we got bye. I love this. This energy, it's so much fun. Let's tap in and see what your inner child wants to directly say. Unwritten, unscripted, no prompter off to the side. Although that would be pretty cool. Maybe when our little reader budget starts to increase, we'll... Totally kidding. The magic is in the moment. So Spirit, bring into me my beautiful Petrified wood crew's inner child. Oh yeah, I just want to hold that for a second. Tactile. What do they want to say? Okay, first they're showing me an image of cartoon Tarzan swinging through vines in the trees. So if your inner child, if you have childhood memories of climbing trees, you're in exactly the right place, my beautiful wood crew. And if you don't, it could have been an impulse that your inner child had, but simply did not have the opportunity to do. I feel like a paparazzi now. Hey, can I get a word with your inner child, please? Hey, Spirit, this kid is on the move. Can I, like, we get a little moment to focus and just look me in the eyeballs? All right, thank you. Yeah, I'm here. What can I do for you? Yes, lemonade. Lemonade and hot summer days. That is where I thrive. Yeah, I love to be outside. But why? Are you serious? I love to be outside because the sun is outside. The moon is outside. The animals are outside. This is where it's happening. Putting my fingers in the mud pies, and just raking my hands through the mud. Pottery and fresh air. Fresh air. Like, yeah, that's life. I'm just one with it. I'm alive out here, and the things I feel and the worlds that I see and the worlds that I create out here, I don't know if anyone else gets it. Like, I don't know, but I get it. I get it. I feel it. It gives me something that I can't put into words. It makes me something greater than what I am. It's where I belong. I'm a nature boy. I'm a nature boy. I'm a nature girl. I'm a nature creature. I just love the leaves. I love the leaves, and I love the green, and I just love to be out here. I love to be out here. If I could say anything, oh my gosh, come back outside. Come back outside and just lay down in the dirt and remember me. Remember what it feels like to be free and wild. We're wild, you and I. Just to run and to move barefoot in sand and dirt. Just to be like a mix of a bug and a lion cub flying around, and we're one with it all. We're one with it all. Yeah, you could say that's where I feel God. It's outside. So yeah, think of me. Think of your wild self. Think of the moon and the sun and the stars, and just lay out there with me. And I'll whisper into your ear and we'll be one. Okay? See you out there. Bye. Whoa. I love that. I love that. Yeah, I love it. So Petrified Wood Crew, are you outside? This is like the big takeaway that I'm getting here. Are you outside? Are you getting the nature? Are you getting the green? Are you getting the wood? Oh my goodness, literally the wood of a tree swinging from the vines. Your inner child is saying, is commanding you to go outside. To go outside. That's where you're going to get your wisdom. That's where you're going to connect to the divine. That's where spirit gets into you, gets its roots into you, and there's some medicine out there. I mean, I know there's more. I'm guessing there's more. I don't think we have a card that has the same exact instruction on it. So I know we're going to get some more nuance coming up here in a moment. But your inner child is reminding you of the power of nature and how that is what is healing for your soul. For every age and stage that you find yourself in, from child to adult, your connection to nature is unparalleled, unmatched. It's something that very few souls feel in the same way that you do. And the more time you can spend in it, if you can make it more time than you spend inside, then you're winning at life, basically. You are winning at life. So let's do an energy check and check in on your inner child and see what stage of life you're in right now, what you're feeling, what you're dealing with, and how your inner child can help. Because your inner child has the medicine for you, my beautiful wood crew. I've got the Hermit Tarot here today to take channeled messages. In addition to the channeling we just did, a specific channeled message that encompasses a larger theme. And this is usually, you've probably seen it used for if you're a tarot aficionado here on YouTube, which, welcome. Oh, hey. Yes. Okay. So maybe you are. If you're a tarot aficionado, you've probably seen this used for romantic readings. We've taken out the overtly romantic messages, and we're using it just to find an encapsulating, actually, we're going to get two of these, message. We're also going to look at affirmations that your inner child would like to introduce you to that you may use in times of stress or to get through whatever phase of life you're currently in, situations, circumstances, era. These will support you. I'm saying these, whereas I intended to only have one initially, but then we got three, so we'll see. We'll see whatever's going to come out. It's going to come out. And I guess it's going to be three. Yes, from my lips to spirit's ears. Then, a meditation. A meditation, let's make sure it's upright, that your inner child would like you to use. Oh, it's there. It's here. Is it two? No, it's you. In order to, nope, it's two. Okay. In order to tap in, are you? Okay, it's three. That's never happened before, but I love it already. So we've got a rich energy check here. Let's see what your inner child has to say about where you are right now. First, the overall theme, the Emperor, number 4. So this very cool deck takes a sort of big idea from the energy of the major arcana, puts it into numerological terms, adds some keywords, and gives us more info on that big idea. So here we have the Emperor. Materialization. Follow the plan, get things finished, focus on the end product, have something tangible to show. Structure and organization. Okay, I'm loving it. For your affirmations, we have honoring adversity, discovering happiness, and transforming tragedy. So my beautiful wood crew, did something just happen? Are you in the process of manifesting a solution to something that just happened? Drop it in the comments if you are. I love to hear it. I love to know your story because it makes this come alive in a whole new way. We are co-creating, so it takes your story to validate this story, my story. Yes, I want to know. Honoring adversity. Your first affirmation is, a fire reveals a path of renewed direction once the burning is complete. I love that. A fire reveals a path of renewed direction once the burning is complete. So the first thing your inner child wants you to know is if something just burned down recently, if something just fell apart, workplace / career, same thing? Same thing. Romantic relationship / endeavor. I'm hearing romantic endeavor, okay? A family, an attempt to reconcile with family maybe. An attempt to build something new, change something in your life. Whatever it is, whatever fell apart, your inner child is saying, hey, 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 understand that a fire reveals a path of renewed direction once the burning is complete. And I'm seeing a forest, and I'm seeing a forest fire, and I have a feeling, my beautiful wood crew, that we're going to be seeing a lot of maybe yes, but nature-related themes. Discovering happiness. I allow myself to be content exactly as I am. Perfect. So even though something's happened that we're not a huge fan of right now, that seemed destructive and out of sorts and just not the business is what I'm hearing. We're allowing ourselves to be content exactly as I am. It wasn't a personal failing, my beautiful wood crew. Was not a personal flaw, wasn't a personal failing, wasn't something you can learn from it, yes. But you also can understand, per your inner child, that where you are and what you are is exactly right for this moment. Transforming tragedy. Loss is my reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received. Loss is my reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received. That's like taking these two, putting them in a blender, and then boop, we get this one. What was taken away will be replaced by more. Let's look at your channeled messages. I lie awake thinking about our future. Oh my goodness. So your inner child is saying, my beautiful wood crew, that they see you planning what's coming next for you. They see you in your emperor mode. They see right now how you're not just believing, but how you're intending to set things straight or to correct things, to move forward, to rebuild. They see that. And also, you matter. It encompasses this message exactly. That is the equivalent of the I allow myself to be content exactly as I am. You can plan, and your inner child will help you. You can dream, you can move forward, you can make changes, and your inner child is going to be on your side for doing that, while also simultaneously encouraging you to remember that you matter and that you, exactly as you are, without any changes, are so worthy of love, so deserving of love. Above all else, my beautiful petrified wood crew / wood crew, you are perfect. And if this was the result of a mistake or something you did that in retrospect you knew better, that's okay too. Because guess what? When we know better, we do better. You did the best with what you could at the time. It's one thing to take complete and total ownership of what we did, and another to feel guilt and shame about it. And I feel like you have or are in the process of releasing guilt and shame and stepping into complete ownership. And now we're recreating, we're rebuilding. And your inner child is saying, yes, we are. and it's going to be amazing, which is potentially why we have 3 meditations set up here. So let's see what these meditations are. Imagine a peaceful place and try to fully immerse yourself in the experience. So I'm hearing that this is something you can do before bed, is imagining a peaceful place and then fully immersing yourself in the experience. Rather than strategize and plan. Instead, put yourself in a scenario where your entire body feels peace, your entire mind, spirit, emotions, and physical vessel feel peace. And then immerse yourself with every sense that you have. Smell it, taste it, see it, hear it, feel it. Next thing your inner child wants you to do is practice gratitude by thinking of things you are thankful for in your life. Practice gratitude by thinking of things you are thankful for in your life. So if before it was worrying and strategizing and trying to plan about how we're going to rebuild, your inner child is saying, I know, you lie awake thinking about our future. But you matter. And you have so much right here and now, so much to be grateful for in this moment. So let's focus on that. And then lastly, practice mindfulness by focusing on the present moment and your senses. So if in your desire to rebuild, my beautiful wood crew, you have been kind of zoning out or getting caught up in your mental body, a lot of thoughts, a lot of visualizations, a lot of planning, kind of the mind spinning. Practice mindfulness instead. This can be done with a mindfulness meditation practice that you devote 10 to 15 minutes to every morning to set the tone for your day so that you can, in those moments when you begin to become overwhelmed by thoughts of what to do next, redirect your attention to, oh, we're right here, right now. Tapestry under my hands, cards in front of my face, candle flickering before me. Seated on a cushion on the floor, feels kind of funny. Good for building character. Smell the candle. Tasting nothing really. In a perfect world, it could be chocolate, but in this world, it's just a taste of the air. And hearing the sound of children outside, interestingly, and the air conditioner. And that was a mindfulness moment brought to you by The Little Reader. But really, it's going to be exactly the same for you, my beautiful wood crew. When you begin to find yourself slipping into the void of obsessive planning or just absent-minded distraction, pull yourself back. Mindfulness, followed by or combined with gratitude. You can do this two together. Bring up some kind of sensory object. It can be external, or it can be mental, internal. You focus on a thought. And with certain thoughts, you can be very grateful for them. You can say, hey, I'm grateful for that thought. I'm grateful for that thought too. You can just be grateful for every single thought that goes by. It's funny to watch what the mind does when you do that. Now, I tend to nerd out in this area because I am a certified meditation teacher who takes it probably way too seriously. So we're going to reel it in. And if you have specific questions or you have a desire to learn more about meditation, drop it in the comments below and we can make a reading all about that. How fun would that be? But for now, we're going to look at medicine for your inner child. So the actions, ideas, and energy that your inner child would like to incorporate. Now I have this blank space here and I feel like your inner child is telling me there's just a couple more things about this energy check that they'd like to communicate to you. Or communicate that they're seeing that you're in. Communicate a situation that they're seeing that you're in. So, beautiful wood crew, what is your inner child saying? What do they see? And want to either validate or highlight. All right. So Spirit, what is my beautiful wood crews? Oh, right out, and we're going back of the deck. Oh, yes. Death as the theme. Of course. Of course, of course, of course. Back of the deck energy, which encompasses overall themes, is this new beginning. Your inner child wants to validate that you're never going to be the same as a result of whatever has happened recently, whatever you feel like you've lost, whatever is no longer available to you. Your inner child is saying, yes, you're never going to be the same, but it's for the best. And you can already feel that, my beautiful wood crew. You can already feel that as a result of this shift that life kind of handed to you or did for you, you're being reborn. Can be a little painful, can be a little uncomfortable, more than a little, yet you're going to make it. So your inner child is saying, if you feel like you're dying or you've had an ego death and a part of you that you really thought was ingrained in you is now gone, cheer. Oh, because justice will be done. And an end. So 2 things here. Justice is going to be done. You are going to reap positive rewards for the way that you approach this situation. And you are going to have a development brought to you by the universe, by spirit, that you can step into without having to make it happen. This reminds me a little bit of my father crew's energy from our most recent reading titled, Well, That Didn't Go As Planned, Now What? In this moment, we can see something didn't quite go as planned, or something's in the works, or there's been a redirection. And a similar message Spirit is giving, which is, we're going to offer you the opportunity when it's time, when everything has aligned. But for now, allow yourself to be content as exactly as you are. Don't lean into needless action or needless activity, your inner child says. Don't spin your wheels fruitlessly. Instead, enjoy this moment of death and rebuilding. Collect the pieces of yourself. Get back in touch with our love for the outdoors, our love of nature. Because in nature is where your inner child feels connection to the divine. So, and we even see in this Hanged Man, I mean, there's a tree. And I see another tree. Getting outside, hugging some trees, sitting under a tree, devoting time to just sit at a park for 2 hours and do nothing but listen to birds tweet or listen to your new favorite album from a favorite artist, to practice mindfulness and gratitude under a tree. Hey, I heard that worked for a guy. Yeah, that's a reference to the Buddha. That's what your inner child is saying is the medicine here. That is the medicine. Justice will be done. Let spirit and the universe do the work now. And you just do that internal work. Materialize internally. And then external is going to match. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I feel like we already that was an energy check, but we already got some hefty, beautiful insights. Let's keep going anyway. Let's get more messages from your inner child. What else do they want you to know? What else do they want you to feel? Whoop. And how are you doing, my beautiful wood crew? Take a deep breath in with me. And say, I am worthy of love. Oh yeah. So take another deep breath in. And on the hold, I am worthy of love. And then exhale it through your heart space. Try to target that exhale right through your heart. Let's do it one more time. A deep breath in. I am worthy of love. And exhale that right out through the heart. Amazing. Beautiful. So, inner child of my beautiful wood crew, what you want to say? What medicine do you have for my beautiful wood crew? We got the going outside, we got the meditation, got the affirmations. What else? Can you give some specific steppy steps? A story, maybe? Are we going to combine decks or change decks soon? We may. We're going to add cards from Zeke's Arcana, one of my favorite tarot decks of all time. I have made a promise to myself that every single edition of this deck that is released will somehow come into my possession, probably through the use of money. But it's beautiful. And it's calling out. Was not part of the plan, but hey, we flow. So what are you trying to show us, inner child of my beautiful wood crew? Complete the message here. Complete the message. Complete the story. Yeah, these bugs remind me of a Sega Genesis video game that I used to play with my brother called The Lion King. You may be familiar with it. It was Disney. It was like little Simba's jumping all around, eating bugs. And the funny thing is that is so the energy of your inner child. My beautiful wood crew. I don't know if you know of the game, ever heard of the game, if it means anything to you, but if you're out there and you know, beautiful soul, the Sega Genesis Lion King game where baby Simba's like hopping around up this tree and eating bugs, which look just like grub. That's what they're called. They look just like the bugs on the back of this card. That's your wild and free, childlike, outdoorsy spirit calling out from a video game. I love that. Maybe you like video games. That's fantastic. Let's move these a little bit more. Let's see if they're still in the frame. Yes. Let's move them just so that they're out of the shadow. And let's look at your story. So we got the Two of Cups in reverse. We've got the Queen of Pentacles upright. We've got the Ace of Cups in reverse. We've got the Five of Pentacles upright. We've got the King of Cups in reverse. Interesting. Now, completing the story. We've got the Hanged Man upright. Oh, all of these cards will be upright. Ace of Cups. Interesting. Five of Cups. Interesting. King of Coins. What? And Three of Swords. Talk to me, inner child of my beautiful petrified wood crew. Petrified, petrified. Petrified is another word for afraid. First I was afraid. I was petrified. Yeah. Kept thinking I would never live without you by my side. Breakup? Potentially. Two of Cups in reverse. So let's just let it happen. We see that there has been a distinct lack of emotional satisfaction going on here. With our Two of Cups in reverse, our Ace of Cups in reverse, and our Knight of Cups in reverse, at the beginning of the story here, your inner child is saying, my adult self, that would be you, my beautiful wood crew, is not emotionally satisfied by some of the choices, most of the choices that we've made. Now, it looks like the reason for that has been because of a desire for material fulfillment. And I see that in the Queen of Pentacles, and I see that in the Five of Pentacles. It's like in order to create stability in your life, perhaps you took on a career that was not the most satisfying, or you have devoted your time to doing things that have not been meeting your emotional needs. As a result, it's left you feeling, my beautiful wood crew, a little hopeless, a little lonely, a little out of sorts. And it hasn't been for a lack of trying. I think you've made these movements, these actions toward maybe certain people or certain relationships. But I think it may have just been dabbling. I feel like you, my beautiful wood crew, who I just want to snuggle with and hug and tell you it's all going to be okay, has a little bit of a broken heart here. For multiple reasons. Because something was taken away, stability was removed. And now without stability and without emotional connection, it's like, well, where does that leave me? And I'm hearing a song, where are you now? Dum, 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 dum. Where are you now? Was it all in my fantasy? What is that? Where are you now? Okay, if you know it, you know what to do. Message me. Now, in the current moment, you're being told to wait. Your emotional fulfillment is coming, my beautiful wood crew. It is coming and is going to be offered to you, perhaps because the efforts you were making toward creating a certain type of reality or reinforcing reality the way that it was. Stability. Stability is big for you, my wood crew. And I'm hearing that if you spend more time in nature, you're going to get the sense of stability. You're not going to need to create it so often in your life. The stability is already there. It's already here. It's already in nature. So if you entrain with that and you allow yourself to be filled with that and allow your cup to be filled with that, you're not going to have to work so hard to recreate the stability that your inner child feels in nature effortlessly. It's like you've spent a lot of time trying to recreate that feeling in your life. Maybe with a career, investments, community, however you've gone out of your way, family, like a big emphasis on family and running things in a certain way and running the show in a certain way. Whatever efforts you've made, military, I'm hearing, structure, discipline. I don't know if you've ever been called a sergeant or a leader or the boss or commander, and I suspect you've been promoted up because of this leadership energetic quality that you have about creating stability. It's like you've got a knack for it. But now that your foundation has been shaken, at least in this moment where we arise here today, there's been a foundation shaking moment recently. You're like, okay, what was it all for? Because I put off a lot of emotional fulfillment to create that stability. And Spirit's saying, you don't have to create the stability. We'll create it for you. Your inner child wants you to go out in nature and entrain with that magic, which you've maybe forgotten about, but always known is there. And spend as long as it takes. If you need to go on a prolonged camping trip, do it. If you need to go on weekly hikes, do it. But I'm thinking even more extreme. Daily visits to the park, daily sitting outside, daily spending a minimum of 30 minutes to an hour in contemplation, just playing outside, whatever that means for you. Spirit will create the stability. You will then be offered, first you'll start to inherently feel this emotional satisfaction just from being in that space. This healing that's going to happen of your heart, where you thought you'd lost some emotional fulfillment, you thought you'd lost an opportunity, you were building towards something, it didn't pan out, the foundation was shaken, you thought you'd lost something, but no, you're going to find that thing within yourself initially. See, we're going from the Queen of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. That's what this King of Coins is. And we're healing this Five of Cups, this See, the times that have, hold on, we're getting convoluted. It seems to me that there have been moments when emotional fulfillment was offered to you. But because of a vision that you had, my beautiful wood crew, you either said, nah, not the right time, or nah, not the right one. Nah, not worth my time. I'm looking at some other bigger picture. Now you have all the time in the world to accept this emotional fulfillment. We see the Ace of Cups was turned down before, but now it's turned upright. What once caused a feeling of lack and loneliness is going to be filled by waiting, nurturing yourself, being with yourself, being content with yourself. What was it that we saw here? I allow myself to be content exactly as I am. This medicine, your inner child is saying, is going to be the salve, the balm for the wound of this loneliness, of this feeling of lack of emotional contentment. And in that, you're going to upgrade from the Queen of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. The stability is going to be born within you. And in doing so, you're going to heal this heartbreak. We have 3 swords through a butterfly. Transformation is going to be the result of these heartbreaks that you've experienced in any and all areas, wherever they've been. Creating the stability within yourself now, my beautiful wood crew, is going to dissolve the fear. It's going to transform the tragedy. It's going to elevate you. You don't need to do the external work right now. It's about the internal work. By doing this internal work, we will develop external circumstances, meaning you'll get that love offer. You'll get that new job offer. You'll get that new opportunity to be part of your community. You'll get brought back into the fold of your family. Whatever it is that you're desiring will come as a result of building the stability within yourself. So now your mission, your inner child says, is to develop the stability within yourself at all costs. Not to be taken as in we're doing any type of violent action toward the self or others. At all costs means simply prioritizing. But cost, we see here in all these pentacles, there's a thing about cost and how much it costs. And like maybe you feel you're not worthy of the price. Maybe it's like, oh, I'm not worthy of going to therapy. I'm not worthy of going to the gym to pay that membership. It's like too much of a cost. I'm not worthy of hiring a babysitter so that I can spend an hour alone with myself. Like too costly. Oh, no. You are so very worth it, my beautiful wood crew. You, by investing in yourself and doing this internal work and nourishing your inner nature, that is what's going to build the stability that then creates the circumstances around you to reflect what's inside. In other words, you invest in yourself, your world's going to change to match it. But you focus on what you've lost and ignore your internal needs, your external world's going to match that too. So this is all about bringing harmony to you, my beautiful wood crew. Because you're so worthy of that. So very worthy of that. Above all else, harmony and love for you. So that means, in practical terms, make your appointments, get things on your calendar, look at every area that's been neglected. Get out in nature, get on a hike, get in the park, get by the beach, and start developing inner stability, mindfulness, your meditations, practice your gratitude, practice your peaceful place, practice your mindfulness. We're transforming your inner world and we're getting it to match. See, that's what your inner self knows, is when you go into nature, your inner world mimics the perfection and the balance and the harmony that's there. Now your inner child is saying, we're creating in your inner garden the harmony, the perfection of nature inside of you. Game changer? Absolutely. Quantum shift? 100%. Can I wait to see what it will do for you? No, I can't, which is why we're diving in. We're going to stick straight with Zeke's Arcana on this one because the colors and the life, the vibrancy, the little bugs, it's just perfect. It's just you, my beautiful wood crew. Now, there is some nudity in this deck, which I'm sure you can appreciate, and so can I. But for whatever reason, YouTube's not a fan. So we're prepared to censor with crystals if necessary. As I shuffle this and we clear the energy, I'd like to invite you to like this video if you're liking it. Subscribe if you want a room in the Little Reader's House. More like a key. I think a room is going to be like a little more of an advanced commitment. We'll think about what that could be at a later time. But if you want a key to get in at any time and stay tuned in to all the things that are happening, my beautiful wood crew, and all the upgrades and all the energies that are knocking on the veil, please subscribe and, you know, notification bell. Notification bell it up. But the most important thing you can do is just love the preciousness that is you. That brings me the most joy. And now we're seeing those blessings that are going to come flowing in as a result of this shift. The Hierophant. I love it. I love, love, love that as the overall theme. The Hierophant is wisdom, tradition, and I think you appreciate wisdom and tradition. Oh my goodness, but the Hierophant is also stability. Stability as a way of being. See, the Emperor, which came up earlier as what your inner child recognizes as something you're working on, my beautiful wood crew, is all about stability through the external. The Hierophant is about stability through the internal, through things that can't be touched or moved or changed, through traditions, through knowledge, through this sense of self, about where you stand, your dharma, where you reside on the scales of life, your place, your role, you in the bigger picture. That's the blessing. That's the theme of the blessing that you're going to realize. Back to the Hanged Man. Oh, we love to see it. The Four of Wands upright. The Queen of Coins upright. The Moon upright. Five of Wands. The Hermit. Temperance. Oh, and Ace of Coins. And look at that. No nudity. We didn't have to cover a single titty. Oh, as I say that, I see a titty. Well, take back everything I said. Do we like that? Cover? Yeah, we like that. Okay. You slipped that one in there, inner child of my beautiful wood crew. Playful inner child, by the way, very mischievous, and I love a little mischief. Think of all the ways that you can wreck our traditional social norms, my beautiful wood crew. You, even as the Hierophant, finding your way in tradition and structure, there's a part of your inner child that also likes to just mess around and mess things up in the most playful and like chaotic good way, which we desperately need in this world. We need some rule breakers, and you've got that, and I love it. So, looking at the Hanged Man, your time of being immobilized by spirit is going to lead to some incredible realizations. Let's just look at the bigger picture. You're going to have immense success in whatever it is you choose to manifest. So if that was, insert whatever it is you're trying to manifest, relationship, job, place in community, order in the family, you name it, it's there. Queen of Coins, internally realized stability, which manifests to this externally realized stability. Secrets revealed. By doing this work of being with yourself and appreciating the uniquely trappedness of your situation. See, even your inner child is not a fan of being trapped. This is boring. Can we go outside now? It's time to play. I want a treehouse. Even your inner child's not a fan of being trapped. And Spirit's like, well, guess what? You both get to get trapped right now on a pause. But the pause is only so that you have more time to enrich your life. This Hermit phase, directly connected to your Hanged Man, allows you to work out a lot of your inner conflicts, which I see playing with the moon. These inner conflicts are like, there are pieces of me that I haven't been willing to admit are there, or that I've kind of been glossing over and not acknowledging, honoring, and healing where I could. And now Spirit is saying, oh, beautiful wood crew, you are in for a treat. You are going to see the pieces that haven't been seen. You're going to honor the pieces that are in conflict during this phase. And you're going to bring them into balance. And through that balance, stability is yours. It becomes you. It's not something you have to work for, yearn for, struggle for anymore, whether it's financial or relational or social or academic. You simply slip in to this role effortlessly, seemingly by magic, by balancing with this Temperance card yourself in this solitude. And a lot of this work is going to be done in solitude, especially outdoors. I don't know what planet this Temperance creature is on, and I may or may not be seeing a little bit more nudity that went unseen by me before. But whatever planet this Temperance creature is on, it's definitely outdoors. That's the moral of what I'm trying to say. In fact, outdoors, probably outdoors, looking like outdoors, outdoors. A lot of things happen outdoors in the tarot. In fact, virtually everything. Except maybe the Hierophant. But we're going to say that he's outdoors too. Oh, look, under that, the Tower. So, yes, you've gone through your Tower moment. You've had your disruption. Now I'm going to say it like one more time because I've now drilled it home so much that we got to just let you do the rest. The co-creation process is now balls back in your court, my beautiful wood crew. You know what to do. As you do it, you step into the next version of yourself, a version you've never been before, more mature, more insightful, more powerful, more confident, more calm, more equipped, more wealthy, more abundant. And then you start over. Not from scratch. You can build on everything you've done. I see a castle. You're not starting from scratch, but you're starting anew, energetically. A brand new chapter. Heck, maybe a brand new book completely. What a gift. What an absolute gift. What else? Is there anything else we want to check, Spirit? We've got the blessings that my beautiful wood crew can expect. There's one final message that wants to come through. I don't know from who or from what, but we're going to find out. How about that? One final thing from the affirmation deck. Fascinating. And then I'm going to let you go do it, my beautiful wood crew. When I say do it, I mean do you. And when I say do you, I mean nourish yourself, nurture yourself, get outside. Spirit, what is the final affirmation that the inner child of my beautiful wood crew wants to share? Illuminating the truth. That does give some Hierophant vibes for sure. Here's your closing thought, my beautiful wood crew. I am willing to see things clearly, no matter the outcome. So, as you align yourself, as you make peace with parts that are conflicting inside, and you invest in yourself to heal any inner instability, be willing to see things clearly no matter the outcome, and know that by doing so, the outcome will be so very enriching, so very beautiful, so very worthwhile, just like you. I'm so happy you're here, so happy that you've joined me and helped me co-create this reading, and to bask in your energy. It literally makes me want to go outside and climb a tree, which, I'll be real with you, is an impulse I frequently have, but it's intensified to such a degree that I may have to pause and go do it. And I suggest you do the same. And then we'll be climbing trees together. And from me to you, I'll be sending you all the love, all the light, and wishing you the very best in your journey. And with that, my beautiful Petrified wood crew, go get 'em. Go be wonderful you, and I can't wait to see what you do. Bye for now. Hello, beautiful Amethyst Crew, and welcome to your inner child channeling / reading / insights / all the addendums and all the things. I am so excited to be with you here today. Your energy is already speaking to me. I had so much fun channeling this little letter. We're going to read it, then we're going to do some freestyle channeling, and then hit the structure that was described in the intro. So let's do it. I'm going to set you right over here, and we're going to observe the fold. Very interesting folding going on here. It's like a 3 thing. And then again, a 3 thing. Look at that. All right. Everything is so beautiful. I love music and using my imagination. I love stories and movies. Sometimes I sit for a long time and listen to my mind. There's a lot in there. I love magic. Everything is magic, especially you. Love, magical me. Now, pointing some things out here. If you've ever seen the Disney cartoon called Sleeping Beauty, it could just be me, but something about the way the font came out in this one, and the marker I used was of the same box of other markers that were used for other letters, but the writing just came out differently. Although this misspelling on beautiful, I don't know, it's the only word that I think is misspelled here. Everything else is pretty much perfect. Great care was gone, went into writing this. The energy of your inner child wanted it neat, wanted it pretty, even added decorations of little sparkles. But there's something royal and fantastical and princess-y, irrespective of gender and gender identity. When I say princess-y, I mean gentle, elegant, soft, refined. And of course, I love music and using my imagination. This is an inner child who already has an inkling that they are a magical creature. And as an adult, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, look at this beautiful sparkly amethyst. I suspect you are highly intuitive. Third eye tuned in. Intuition turned on. Imagination probably active. Some kind of artist or creative. Certainly someone with a heart for people, I want to say. Although that doesn't come directly from this letter. I love magic. Everything is magic, especially you. I suppose that's where the heart for people comes from. In your inner child, recognizing that everything is magic, especially you as a person, as an individual, as a spirit. I feel like that's a very reciprocal energy that your inner child wants to give to others as well, recognizes in others as well. So let's get into the open channeling and see what your inner child has to say to you directly. Spirit, what does this beautiful inner child want to say to my Amethyst crew? You're so pretty. You're so pretty. I love your face. I like your hair. In my tower, this is where I spend my time. Looking out from this very high place that I go to. This place has a view and it lets me see things about the world, about people, about animals, about nature. It's wise. I feel sometimes like an owl. I feel like sometimes my spirit is flying around at night and looking at everything and seeing the way the world is and seeing what it needs. I want to give it what it needs. I want to tell people the things that make them smile, and I want them to feel good, and I want them to feel special because they are. And I want to give people not just smiles, but feelings, like good feelings, warm feelings. I want to move them. I want to move their hearts. I want them to feel as alive as I feel and as magical as I feel, because I feel like I got it all. I got really lucky. I got picked for something. And I want other people to feel like they got picked too. I want to pick them. I want them to feel included, and, you know? And I guess if I could tell you, big me, anything, it would be that I love your heart. It's more important than your face, or whether you're pretty or handsome or attractive. It's about your heart, and that's what's pretty. And make sure you're giving all that love that you're giving to everyone to you, and not forgetting the healer inside of you can heal us too when we need it. Like, we can always go back into that tower. And we don't just have to see things for the world, we can see things for ourselves. We can go into the tower and look down at ourselves and say, what do we need? What makes us smile? Like, fill us back up. Fill us back up. That's what we need to do. And then we're going to overflow because I just know we are. Because we're special. We got picked. And, I don't know what that means. But I know it means something good because I can feel it. I feel the magic in my hands, and I feel the magic in us. So keep doing what you're doing, and keep being beautiful you, beautiful me, beautiful us, because we're magic. And I think we're just about to do that big thing. Okay. Bye. It's amazing because my hands feel so Reiki'd. If you practice Reiki, you know what I mean. But like, man, the feeling of the healing white light in the hands. This is a healer crew for sure. For sure. This is a crew of, oh my goodness, therapists, doctors, artists, creatives, writers, musicians, graphic designers, people who are giving, you're the medicine already, my beautiful Amethyst crew. Why are you here? I mean, you're here because your inner child has something to say to you. But what did your inner child even just say? The parts that I can pick up on were, there was something very specific. Oh, giving back to yourself, filling up your own cup. That's like very standard healer instruction. Not to say that you're standard by any means. I think you're actually quite unique and quite rare. Especially with the whole picked thing. You were picked. What were you picked for? Feel free to drop it down in the comments. I'd love to know. What were you picked for? Do you know even? Or are you here to find out? Whatever it is, it's quite magical. And yeah, let's just see. Let's energy check, shall we? Let's energy check, my beautiful Amethyst crew. Thank you, little letter. How cute. How warm, how lovely. We are going to see where your inner child thinks you are in your life right now. The current lesson you're learning, or the spiritual... Whoa. I don't think this deck was meant to be shuffled like that. The spot where you're in, what you're integrating, mastering, coming out of, realizing. Spirit and inner child of my beautiful Amethyst crew. Yeah. Show us what that is. And then show us the affirmations that our beautiful Amethyst crew can use. Whoop. Are you a fan of affirmations, my beautiful Amethyst crew? Because the whole deck was just like, me. You might find it very valuable to get this deck. This is the Kahn Healing Mantra deck. And sometimes I just carry it around with me all day when I'm in the midst of integrating something specific. And I will have it near me. And when I start to launch into some mental place where I am not benefited by going, I whip out the deck and I pull out a card, and just the power of the affirmations is so soothing and so redirecting. Very powerful stuff. Recommend it highly. So, what affirmations for my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Amethyst crew, this magical crew? Oh. Let's see. We're almost there. Yeah. I think it's you. Yes. Okay. So we've got this, and then we're going to look at the Hermit Tarot, traditionally used for romance spreads. There's an incredible channel on YouTube, I believe called the Hermit Tarot, and she created this deck. I've removed the overtly romantic ones. Oops. But I feel like we are in a relationship with our inner child, so these channeled messages add a little bit more of a focus point for what our inner child is thinking toward us and why. And then I want to see meditations my beautiful Amethyst crew may adapt. Oh, and we're just flipping that over right now, I guess. Mindfulness is number 1. Are you a multitasker, my beautiful Amethyst crew? Because if you're listening to this playing in the background, first of all, I, as the little reader, am just honored to be speaking into your space. But your inner child is saying right away, a medicine that would be beneficial is to focus like a laser beam. Focus like a laser beam on each important thing that you value at a time. And maybe slow down the multitasking just a bit, even if that means turning this off and coming back to it at a later time. Then we're going to use this beautiful tarot deck, the name of which escapes me, but you can bet that it's going to be down in the description. It is a mystical and magical deck indeed, generated by AI, which I find to deliver some fascinating imagery that really can speak to the collective consciousness. Whoops. Don't worry though. We also support hand-drawn, handmade decks by creators who work hard to produce meaningful, unique art. We are balanced in our selections and very intentional about our deck purchases. So Spirit, just some extra insight from my beautiful Amethyst Crew's inner child about their energy right now, what they're going through for their energy check. All right. So starting out with the major theme here. Fun. So it's been titled as fun, but traditionally it is the Devil card of the major arcana. So in this deck, it's been repurposed to have a theme, a lesson, a takeaway, and a numerological significance. So the Devil has been repurposed into fun. Enjoy life and success according to your own definition of what fun is and what recharges yourself. And that's number 15 with self-knowledge and enjoyment. Powerful. Let's look at your affirmations. Grounding my energy. It is safe to be in my body. Integrating the ego. Everything is for me, not against me. And hearing inner guidance. My intuition flows whenever I am still. And that goes right with this card that jumped out. Practice mindfulness by focusing on the present moment and your senses. So grounding and trusting are big themes here. And if you're having trouble, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, hearing your own intuition or feeling like the way you want things to go right now or what you're trying to manifest simply isn't happening, your inner child is saying, oh, it is happening. But what's happening first is that we're leveling up our energetic body and our ability to trust in our own power and our own knowledge so that when what comes, we're ready for, truly ready for, not just in mind, but in spirit, in emotions and heart, and in body. And once all of our pieces are coming together, we can have that fun, we can have that lightness. And let's see the channeled messages. Oh, words do hurt. So your inner child is saying, be mindful of the narrative that we're spinning for ourselves. Be mindful of our self-talk. Be mindful of the way we're thinking about who we are and prophesying over ourselves. Let's get some more insights here. Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so there's some more on the way we're speaking about ourselves, about others, about circumstances in our life, about what we deserve. There's a heavy seriousness here, which is also combined with a somewhat frenetic air energy. And my beautiful Amethyst Crew, this is typical powerful healer stuff in that as we rise in our power and our ability to see and know and intuit and manifest, we also, our so-called demons or our shadows or our struggles also rise proportionately because we are always evenly balanced on a soul level with an even amount of light and shadow aspects. And it's by integrating and accepting both and uniting both that we reach our ultimate power, which I sense you are so close to doing, my beautiful Amethyst Crew. You're on the verge of that ultimate power. With a few fine tunings of things you already know, you're going to be there. Strength in the reverse. 8 of Cups, upright. And Page of Wands in reverse. Let's make sure that is all in frame. Yes, it is. So your inner child is saying you're getting really tired of holding out for a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night, maybe? And maybe that's literally what's going on. If you're holding out for a relationship or a person or a project to come through or a promotion, job opportunity, something in particular that you're trying to manifest, it's like, it's really taking the fun, the attachment to that thing is really taking the fun out of the experience. You're like, I'm a magical being. I know how this stuff works. So why is it not working? And I totally feel that, my beautiful Amethyst crew. My goodness, we could launch into a whole little reader autobiography, but we're going to steer it back to you. If you feel like you're at the end of your rope, or like getting very close to it, and you've been holding out and you've been being strong, and you're pretty much about to walk out because it's just not fun anymore. What was initially meant to be healthy commitment to a goal has begun to feel like chains, obstacles. With this everything is for me, not against me card, your inner child is saying, well, pause, Amethyst Crew's inner child. This speaks to the fact that when you're in the shadow side of this process, it feels like you're being punished for something. Like you're almost being punished and intentionally confused and misdirected by the universe. So back to your little child, camera back on you, inner child of Amethyst Crew. Your inner child is saying, no, adult me. Actually, you're doing an amazing job, an incredible job. And we got to chill with the self-talk and the self-defeating attitude because you're actually doing everything right. Now it's about changing your attitude to match and understand that you're not being punished. You haven't been abandoned by God or the universe. You're not being intentionally confused or misdirected. This is a classic case, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, of an up level in the process of happening, a upgrade, if you will. And in it, so much shadow pours out, and we start to have these days where like waking up on the good side of the bed. Then the next day we wake up on the totally wrong side of the bed, and it's like all the progress we made the day before was ruined. Then the next day we're back on the right side of the bed. And this continuing polarity really does feel like punishment sometimes. It really does feel like the devil has chained us down to suffer. But your inner child is saying, no. What this is, what that polarity is that you're integrating and you're healing. And your final mission on this path is to bring fun into it. Literally inner child work, which is what we're here to speak to your actual inner child, my beautiful Amethyst Crew. So you saw that, you knew that, you picked a pile. Of course you did, because you're intuitive and you're a healer and you already know that you're magical. You probably already meditate. You probably already read your own tarot. Amazing stuff. But here we are co-creating this reading together, which means there's a reason why you're here. And the reason why you're here is for your inner child to say, you are safe. Everything is working out for you. Your intuition is correct. You don't need to self-doubt. You're giving up hope when you're right at the beginning. You're right. You're like this close to gold. That's what, like a centimeter? I mean, I don't have a ruler on me, but you're literally this close. In fact, if we were just having fun and we like bumping it, we could just like, bloop, boom. You walked right into the promised land. You're about to walk right into the promised land, my beautiful Amethyst Crew. And your inner child needs you to know that in order to do that, you have got to play like you're getting paid for it. This is also a message to the collective, which I've forgotten to mention in every other crew so far, but you have gotten it. Play like you're getting paid for it. Seriously. These affirmations aren't meant for you to blindly repeat them so that you can like learn to believe them. These are a message from your inner child saying, no, it is safe for you to be in your body. No, everything is working out for you. No, your intuition is powerful and correct, and it's going to flow best when you're still and you're not distracting yourself from the pain and frustration of this journey by putting on a bunch of entertainment or like clogging the works. Like if you always got music going, or you've always got a video going, or you've always got some like information coming in, your inner child is saying, let's pause on that for a second and do a little bit more with stillness, a little bit more with groundedness, a little bit more with one activity at a time. I'm speaking so quickly, I'm like losing my breath. And your inner child is saying, yeah, that's what they've been doing. That's what Amethyst Crew has been doing. Doing too much. Now, not too much as if any of it has been a waste. None of it has been a waste. In fact, you could reach your destination and get your news from Spirit and get your download from Spirit and get your manifestation probably by continuing to do what you're doing. It's just not going to be fun. And it's going to cause the time to kind of be expanded. Whereas your inner child says, you can have fun with this. And not just get it so much faster and get to where you're trying to go and achieve all your objectives so much faster. Because play and lightheartedness are so imbued with love and joy and gratitude naturally, inherently. We also need to look at the truths. Queen of Swords. There may be a truth you haven't been wanting to face, my beautiful Amethyst Crew. And I say this because my nose is itching like it wants to grow. And that's a Pinocchio reference if I ever had one. There's a truth that you need to face here, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, about what you're doing or what you're trying to manifest or the situation that you're in. And once you face that truth, and it may just be accepting the circumstances exactly as they are and saying, look, right now there is absolutely no evidence that what I want is in the works. I'm going to give myself permission to be absolutely hopeless and mopey about that for an entire day. Once you accept the reality and the truth of your situation, your strength is going to come roaring back. Your manifestation, although maybe not in exactly the way you want it, if it's not exactly the way you want it, it's going to be better. That's a promise. Can roll in at that point when you accept things as they are. That's when you're going to get your creative idea, your intuitive download, and your realization that, okay, this is reality. I'm not denying it anymore. This is reality. I'm accepting it. And then things are going to start to get fun. You can enjoy your life and success according to your own definition of what is fun and what recharges you, the moment you accept that reality and then work within that. So this was meant to be an energy check. It went off the rails. That's what we do here in the Little Reader's House. We go off the rails with the storytelling. Why? Chicken fry. No, why, my beautiful Amethyst Crew? Because you deserve love above all else. You deserve to have the time poured into you. So if this sounds like you and where you are, let's proceed. Let's get the medicine for your inner child, actions, ideas, and energies to incorporate as instructed by your inner child, and then see where we go from there. Well, I know where we're going from there, actually. We're going into blessings after that. So put that beautiful chin up, my beautiful Amethyst Crew. You're doing a great job. Here's the pep talk you've been looking for. It's coming directly from your inner child. Wait, there we go. Okay. I'm going to ground and focus my energy because between the two of us, it's like double grounding is required. We both love to fly on the wings of our imagination, on the wings of our intuition. That's that bird that your inner child was speaking of. But here's the deal. You're doing an amazing job, and if you feel alone in this right now, it's not because you're in trouble. It's not because you've done wrong. It's not because you're being punished. It's simply because you're saying goodbye to an old version of yourself. And the more we cling on and hold on to that old version, the more it's going to hurt to say that goodbye. But you are right at the edge of saying goodbye to an old version of you, an old life, an old way of doing things, old circumstances, old people, old energies. They're not for you anymore. They've been taken away for a reason. And maybe what you're trying to manifest now, not maybe, most definitely, is being done under an old set of ideas and beliefs. So your inner child is asking you to let that go just for right now and focus all your attention like a laser beam right here in this space and prepare to receive the insights and upgrades that you need. See the blessings that lie ahead and trust, more than anything, trust that you are going to get everything that you've dreamed of and desired in ways that you couldn't imagine. And your inner child, who is holding hands with your higher self, they're both telling you, we've been in the past and we've been in the future, and you're going to be so thankful for this moment right now. Trust us. Trust us. This is a blip on the way to an enormous upgrade in every sense of the word. So if you can take that, that is a promise, my beautiful Amethyst crew. If you can take that, then we can look at what we're going to look at now. Excuse me. Which is the energies and the ideas, the actions, everything that your inner child, and now we've brought your higher self into the mix, and your higher self, and your guides want you to know, because you've got a huge team. I think you knew that already, probably. But you've got an enormous team who's got a lot to say, and they've got your attention now. They're like, oh, we really do. She's really paying attention. Or he's really paying attention. Or they are really paying attention. However you choose to identify and define yourself, Spirit sees you as perfect. So show us, inner child and higher self of my beautiful Amethyst crew, what energies, what ideas, what actions, what beliefs, can my beautiful Amethyst crew adopt, become, integrate, step into to nourish their inner child, to achieve what they're trying to achieve right now, become what they're trying to become, have what they're trying to have, experience what they're trying to experience, do what they're trying to do. King of Swords, back of the deck. More about honesty. First things first is we be honest with ourselves and say, no, this is the reality of where I am. This is the objective reality of where I am. Be honest with ourselves. Be honest with the moment. There's like this wiggling feeling of trying to escape the moment and like escape into that tower. There's like a Rapunzel moment here. Escape into the tower as if Rapunzel wanted to be trapped in the tower. What Rapunzel really wanted, I think, was to be out of it. But there's like this safety in that tower, my beautiful Amethyst crew. And your inner child and higher self are saying, let's get a little dangerous. Let's get a little devilish. Let's venture into this present moment and accept it exactly as it is and be brutally honest about what we don't have in front of us and what we do have in front of us. And then by integrating this wisdom right here, watch what happens. Ace of Coins in reverse. 10 of Wands reversed. 8 of Wands upright. Magician upright. Page of Swords upright. Justice upright. 5 of Swords upright. 3 of Cups reversed. And 8 of Swords. I'm feeling one more wanting to come in here. Ace of Cups. And let's put it right there. Yeah, the secret. Oh, yeah, the secret. Okay. Secret's out. Are you looking for love? Are you waiting on a message? Are you waiting for an opportunity to give love? You want to receive it, but it's like you're also looking for an outlet for it. my beautiful Amethyst Crew. You're like, I got some stuff to give. Reciprocity. You're looking for reciprocity and love. And it doesn't have to be romantic, although for some it is so very much romantic. But for others, it is love in my career. I want to give love to a certain group of people. I want to give love to an audience. I want to give love and a message to a family member, a friend, animals, the world, nature. Whatever your mission is, healer, I don't know. Are you going through medical school? Are you trying to become a nurse? Massage therapist, chiropractor, acupuncturist, something in psychology. Maybe it could be authoring a book, trying to get it out there, get into somebody's hands so they'll pick it up and see it for all that it is. Here's the medicine for you, my beautiful Amethyst Crew. Drop the load of the worry, first of all. Your guides are in control. Your inner child and your divine higher self, I'm being called to call it, write that one down, are in charge. They've been handling this situation, and you're like the you're like the person who a surprise birthday party is being thrown for. The only one that's been in the dark this whole time. And at some point, you're going to open a door and they're going to go, surprise! And everything that you've been wanting is going to be on the other side of that door. And you have got to trust in that, my beautiful Amethyst Crew. You have got to trust. So drop the load, drop the weight. You're not doing this all by yourself. You're not even in charge here. So that's great news. And the desire to be in charge and to go out and make this happen yourself and to hold the weight of all this on your own is really slowing down the process. If you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend our reading on time, channeling the spirit of time itself. It's like 3 videos back, and it's got messages for you there, my beautiful Amethyst Crew. Time is being, the illusion of time rather, is being lengthened by the desire to hold on to the weight of this thing. The faster you let it go, the faster, like with blindingly rapid speed, you're going to manifest the good news. The good news is a person, place, or thing, person, entity, or event that's going to show up and be like, hey, here's that thing. And justice is going to be done divinely. Again, your inner child is saying, here's the news for you, me. I need you to trust, not in yourself. Trust not in your own abilities. Is that a Bible verse that's coming to me? Trust not in your own understanding, but on the... Someone fill it in down below. That's a good one, and it's perfectly applicable to this moment. Trust not, ye not in your own understanding, but in, and then someone put that in the comments. It is so relevant to this moment that if I wasn't already sitting on the floor, I'd be on the floor. The Five of Swords is inner conflict within you. There is a part of you that trusts the divine because that's how you've come so far as an intuitive and as a healer and as everything that you are. That's how you've gotten so advanced in so many ways. Whether it's in your career or you're just restarting, your very spirit is advanced, my beautiful Amethyst Crew. Let's not get it twisted. You've got so much wisdom, so much insight, and I feel like a fool if I ever misled you for a second and didn't properly fluff your ego, which I think is actually very necessary for all of us. So let me just let you know that you're incredible. The reason you've gotten as far as you have and done what you've done and become what you've become, which is literally a healing light into any room you walk into, a powerful creative force, a powerful intellect, powerful in every way, is because of all the work you've done, the shadow work, the grief, the loneliness, the many relationships, the giving, the taking, the receiving, every phase you've gone through, every version of yourself has gotten you to this moment. And it's just incorporating those last little pieces that are inner conflicting that is going to get you to this inner harmony. And we see this represented. There may be actual communities in your life that represent this as a reflection. If you're having grief or strife with a certain group, maybe it's religious. Is there potentially a tie into Orthodox religion? Someone tell me if you want to share. If not, I completely understand. Please never feel obligated to tell me anything. But I love when you do want to tell me. If you're seeing there's been disharmony in a particular group of people or organization, I say Orthodox religion because this is the first time in a long time that a biblical scripture has popped into a reading. And I do mean a long time. It's like a 1% occurrence. Could be that you're having some disharmony with a group that represents an old identity of yours. Let the disharmony go. Your inner child and higher self, who are essentially really quite symbiotic, are saying that's not yours to hold. And resolving issues and hypocrisy and pain within any group or tensions is not for you to do. What for you to do is accept things exactly as they are. That's this King of Swords message. Accept realities, hard though they may be, for exactly what they are. And instead, focus on creating harmony within yourself. You will be amazed at how quickly you're able to find peace and even camaraderie in the most unexpected ways with this group and within yourself. And what you're going to see, which you haven't been able to see yet, but what your inner child and higher self would like you to see, is that there's been this love inside of you all along. And the recipient to give it to, I know, I want to groan. But this is the truth. This is what they want me to say, is that it's been you the whole time to drink from your own cup of love. Delicious. It's been you. You're the recipient. And your inner child is like, love me. Play with me. Let's have fun, you and I. Fun, fun, fun. You need a good dose of fun. Don't take the circumstances so seriously, my beloved Amethyst Crew. Let the scales of justice balance themselves out, and they will, because the divine is in charge of that. The divine is in charge of serving people, whether they're religious groups, whether they're political groups, whether they're a specific person, family, friend, romantic interest, whatever, the world at large. The universe will sort all that out because that's its desire, is to create harmony and balance. So it's like, yo, the sooner you step out of the way, beautiful little amethyst, and get to creating that harmony within yourself and upgrading the play immensely, the sooner I can get in there and serve all this justice, get you your good news, get you your manifestation, give you some internal harmony, and open your eyes to the fact that you've got all the love. You've got the love. Is that a Florence and the Machine song? I don't know. But you've got the love. That's the medicine, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, that your inner child / higher self want you to know, want you to see. And it's kind of interwoven with the blessing. We got a sneaky peeky. Once you acknowledge this ability to give to yourself and find reciprocity within you, the ability to give and receive from yourself. You give to yourself and then you receive from yourself. This little dance you're doing internally and externally. The sooner this all clears out, the manifestation comes to be. The objective comes to be. The peace comes to be. The love, the feeling of emotional fulfillment, fresh start comes to be. So to categorize it, we love a good summary. It's the Capricorn in me. Capricorn sun, Capricorn moon. Can you believe that? And then a Taurus rising. Like, we don't get much earthier than that, I don't think. Acknowledge things exactly as they are. Release the weight of changing a damn thing, because you don't have to. You stay in your own lane, moisturized, refreshed, and hydrated. You focus on playing above all else. Make it fun. Play like you're getting paid for it. Set time aside to do what you love and have fun. Think about creative stuff too. Watch peacefully as the universe unfolds your desires and gives you the message that you've been waiting for, the clarity in a situation. You don't have to do a thing but watch. Resolve any inner conflicts that you may have around what you think you're supposed to be doing and the urge to compulsively do things versus just staying in your own lane once again and playing and having fun. Consider also hanging out with people who fill your cup. And then open your eyes to the reality that you have much greater ability than you previously thought to dance with yourself in ecstasy, to enjoy love on your own and to give love to yourself, to see yourself, validate yourself, uplift yourself. Recklessly, relentlessly, ruthlessly love yourself in every way that you can think of. That is the medicine in a very organized fashion. Now, we're going to get to our final segment, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, and we're going to play with Zeke's Arcana. So we're going from AI-generated deck. Beautiful? Absolutely. A lot of fun? Yes. But now we're going to a deck that took, I believe, 3 years to create, painstakingly create. And this is from Zeke's Lunchbox. You can find this, I don't know how frequently it's released, but it is a beautiful deck. It's also available on Tarot Stack right now, I think. And the energy of it, the effort, everything about it, it's just a beautiful counterbalance to the energy of the deck we just used. And that's what we're doing, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, is we're learning reciprocity, we're learning balance, and we're learning how to harmonize parts of us within ourselves that disagree with one another. And instead of fighting them, we just practice mindfulness. If we've got a part of us who feels hopeless because we've just acknowledged the reality of a situation, we don't try to turn that into being hopeful. We just love the one who's hopeless. If we have a part of ourselves that is obsessively and compulsively needing to be stimulated, we don't necessarily have to change that right away. We can just love the one that needs to be stimulated. And in this loving, in this acknowledging and loving, rather than having to change, we create a balance. And then that balance leads to actions. We find ourselves not needing to be so compulsive. Find ourselves not needing to be so hopeless. So in closing, Your Honor, what are the blessings that my beautiful Amethyst Crew can expect from integrating this wisdom? Inner child and higher self, what says you? Rapid speed and rapid breakthroughs. So if things have been dragging along at the speed of dark as opposed to the speed of light, you can expect some rapid changes, like the definition of speed. I'm not making any promises because I believe the highest use for this type of work is to help people detach, not attach. So no promises about when. Just know that your own evolution and the version of you that you are today right now is not even going to be the same version of you that you are when you click off this reading, when you're all donesies. You're going to have changed, different. And this rapid evolution is going to continue happening over the coming days, weeks, and months. Think of how your inner environment matches and mirrors your external environment, and think of what that's going to mean for your life and your manifestations and the way you feel. If you're evolving at this rapid of a rate, that should give you some indication of how different your world is going to look very soon. Queen of Cups. Okay, emotional fulfillment. Who? the revealing of secrets. Queen of Coins. Well, I keep wanting to say she, but you, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, are beyond the gender binary. You are just you. So you are going to feel intense internal emotional satisfaction, intense internal abundance, as we know, as within, so without. And judgment. We saw justice and now we see judgment. You're going to get the outcome that you've been desiring, or better, if you can believe that. Getting what you want or better. Once again, if I could fall off my chair, I would, but I'm already on the floor. Ace of Swords. So by acknowledging that reality that we're not such a fan of and being totally truthful about that, we're going to get this new truth. It's either going to be told to us by a person or a place or a thing. And in that truth, it's going to clarify and relieve and free us and empower us to do this new thing, to become this new person, to create the outcome that we've been wanting to create. So we got our first, let's see, that's a little bit too much coverage. Man, okay, we got some nudity. We got to just kind of make it go away. But the blessings for you, my beautiful Amethyst Crew. Clarity, change, abundance, your own creative abilities being validated, rest, change, moving away from circumstances that have caused you pain and moving toward validation. Queen of Coins connected to the Maker. The Maker is Zeke's Arcana's addition to the major arcana, one of two, which have to do with being a creative. And if we look at this closely, it's beautiful. We see an artist with many hands doing many things at once, accomplishing so much. On the palette with the brushes, everything. Just beautiful. You're stepping into your power, a power that you haven't been in before, though. A new kind of power. That's the difference here, my Amethyst Crew. You're stepping into the power to create, to be content with yourself. I see you and you looking at secrets that have been unveiled, unfolded. And you're saying to yourself, it's like your inner child and your higher self merging. This is the resolution of that inner conflict under the secrets. Once you acknowledge the reality of this situation, poof, you two merge into one. And judgment is done. The universe handles the rest. Incredible. You're gently gliding on this swan into a new reality where you're in your own lane, yes, but you're connected. You're emotionally fulfilled. You're not alone. And it's all happening very quickly. And if this is connected to a particular manifestation, you're getting that or better. Yeah. Tower's already happened. The Tower is so yesterday. Pain is over. You're getting what you want or better. Can you handle that, my beautiful Amethyst Crew? Can you handle that? Because I can certainly handle it for you. You're getting what you want or better. So just take a deep breath. Let it go. And focus on your own evolution. And watch this all play out. Because the version of you, your inner child, and your higher self are saying that gets this is the version of you you're about to step into. Right there, one step. So step into it. Jump into your own lane as if you're going to be in it forever. Make it so very comfortable there. Act with these present circumstances like you chose them. What a paradigm shift. And then, that fast. Some interesting news could be coming through, but I'm not permitted. Yeah, I should probably not have even said that. Whatever you want or better. That's what we're going for. So, my beautiful Amethyst crew, if you have liked this video, like it. If you want a key to the Little Reader's house where you can come back anytime and see what wild things are busting in through the ethers trying to get through to all of us, subscribe. If you have been on this wild ride and if you might have already even seen your manifestation, things are happening so fast for you. If you paused this video and came back, something may have already happened. So share it with us. Tell us. I love when we co-create together, and I love to hear your responses. But more than anything, understand that you are in so the right place right now. You have not made a single mistake. Your job is to just go have fun and be brilliant you. I am sending you all the love I've got, and then even more from Spirit on top of that. You're wonderful. And until we meet again, bye for now. Hello, my beautiful feather crew. If you chose this beautiful hen or turkey feather, and when I say hen, I mean chicken, but a hen could also be a female turkey, unknown. If you chose this feather, however, then you are part of my paper airplane and feather crew. I haven't sailed it off yet to see that if it would fly, but I feel like your inner child would want me to. So everyone hold on. Yeah, it glided. I almost said it glid. It glided. It was beautiful. If I threw it harder, it'd probably go even further. Okay, that was a little bit of a crash landing, but that's okay. We're back. We're here, and we are going to tune in to your inner child, who I had so much fun just doing this with. Even though, I'm embarrassed by my lack of ability to fold a paper plane, and this inner child was not afraid to let me know that that was a little bit of an embarrassing shortcoming on my part. Amazing. Let's open it up, see what it says. Then we're going to free channel any additional information your inner child would like to share. And then from there, we're doing all the things that we covered in the intro. So let's unfold this baby and see what's going on. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, it almost looks like the sun, like rays of the sun coming out. I love that. Here's what it says. I love my mom and my dad. My family is my favorite thing. I love my dog too. I want to see the world, but I also like my blankets. Planes are cool, but I get scared sometimes. Well, if my mom is there, it's okay. Can we play now? I like dominoes. I love the orange. I love the rays. I keep saying this is like rays of the sun. It looks more like that in the back. Yeah. The favorite is interesting to me. Favorite and then E over here. Love is L-U-V. But then love is spelled correctly here. I want to see the world, but I also like my blankets. I can relate, Feather Crew. I can relate. Planes are cool, but I get scared sometimes. I can also relate. This is adorable. The energy of writing this letter was easy, not overly, it was thoughtful, but not overly concerned with punctuation or spelling or perfection. There's no sign off here. Just, I like dominoes, which, hey, so do I. So I'm really interested to see what the free channeling is going to bring out here with this energy. What's the message, Spirit, that this inner child has for my beautiful Feather Crew? And then we'll do an energy check to ensure my Feather Crew is in the right place. Let's get into it. Talk to us, beautiful domino-loving, family-loving Spirit. Immediately my heart is like swelling in size. I feel like also very peaceful. Like the spirit of this child is under a pillow fort. Gotta sneak in there and see their world. Oh yeah, let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you my world. Well, it's got to be cozy. I mean, it's got to be cozy or else what's the point? And I like to hide, you know? Come in here. I like to hide. Get into my pillow fort. Yeah. They call it my castle. Yeah, so what we do in here is we talk about everything. We talk about everything because I want to know all the things. I like games too. Yeah, I like games. I like to play. I also like to hang because, you know, I'm very mature. I'm very mature. I mostly like when everyone feels at peace. I like when I can just relax because everybody's happy. Sometimes I get really tense because I don't like fighting and I don't like arguments, and I just really want everyone to hold hands and be happy and be peaceful, you know? Quality time, that's my favorite thing. I really like quality time, and I like to play games because, well, I like to win, but I like to see other people win and feel proud. And I like sliding across the wooden floor with my socks on. Like, home is my castle. It's important to me, you know? For people to feel safe and for me to feel safe. I like when people feel safe. And gosh, if I could say like there's an important thing, it would be like have a home where you feel safe. Have a home where you feel cozy. A lot of blankets and pillows, and that way you can go out and explore. You can go out and explore and see things, but you can do it because you know that you have somewhere to come home to. Home. Like, home is the most important thing. Home. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, thanks for visiting me. You can come back anytime. Yeah, little pillow fort's always open. Okay. Bye. Oh my goodness. How cute is that? I don't often bring the signs in. What am I saying? Sometimes I do. But I'm going to say the energy of this, and it could be because we're in Cancer season, people, when this is being filmed, my beautiful soul, it is giving Cancerian vibes to the max. Home is where the heart is. That is what this inner child is saying, is it's all about home. It's all about being cozy and at home in yourself and at home in your literal house. For us as adults, we don't always have that privilege of having a space that we can make exactly the way we want to. Even as a child, we don't always have that privilege. But what we do have the privilege of forever is making our inner space exactly the way we want to. So let's go on and see what my beautiful Feather Crew's inner child wants to show us about the energy check. I'm going to place the letter off to the side, and we're going to take a look at this Major Arcana numerology and see where your inner child thinks that you are right now in life, like what lesson you're learning, what they want to highlight. Oh, 2. Okay, I love that. And we're going to see what affirmation or affirmations, what truths rather. We call them affirmations because they sound like affirmations, but your inner child is letting me know it's a truth. It's a truth that I want them to know. It's a truth that I want them to understand and integrate and remind themselves of. So what is it, Feather Crew's inner child? What is it? Oh. 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 We've got a, you're kidding me. I mean, I'm not mad. I'm just shocked. I'm shocked because, no way. No way. Okay. 6. That's double what my other crews have received, but it's for very good reason, I'm hearing. And we're not going to emphasize too many other things. We're going to emphasize this for our energy check because these These mantras and these affirmations don't have to be used by you, my beautiful feather crew, who, for the record, deserves love above all else. Can we just pause and acknowledge that you deserve love and warmth and the feeling of home infinitely? You're born worthy, you're still worthy, you're absolutely worthy of that. You don't need to use these things, you don't have to take them with you if you don't want to, but they're truths that your inner child wants me to say out loud so that you can hear. And in the hearing of them, you will experience beautiful release. A meditation that your inner child recommends, and then a single channeled idea from your inner child. This is the Hermit Tarot, which you've probably seen used for romantic readings. We've taken a lot of the overt romantic cards out, but there's a feeling here. This deck was actually kind of calling out, not kind of, but definitely calling out to be part of this, to acknowledge the beautiful relationship that we have with our inner child throughout our life, and to treat it as such, and to understand that our inner child is a part of us that we can commune with and speak to. So first, let's see what phase and stage. Oh, whoa. This is powerful. This is powerful, and I'm like getting all chilled in a good way, and my throat's swelling up, and I think I want to cry. Should we cry? We'll cry later. We'll bookmark that crying, and we'll come back to that. The Hanged Man, completion. So the way this deck works, just a quick moment to say that it combines numerology and ideas from numerology with the major arcana traditionally, and then renames the energy of the original card, if you will, to a somewhat more accessible, practical name. But we're going to take in, as a tarot aficionado, and I'm sure you are too, we're going to take into account both. Starting with the Hanged Man, your inner child, my beautiful feather crew, is telling me that you have just completed a cycle in which you felt your hands were tied. And with the Star, you're stepping into your power. You've decided who you want to be. You've decided who you want to become, and you've decided what you're going after in some cases, or who, or where. You've made this leap, this quantum leap through your own self-knowledge and awareness to become. And that's why you have so many of these truths. I see now. They're the tools that you might need on this journey. Absolutely incredible. So starting with the Hanged Man, here on this deck, they called it completion. Balance of yin and yang within. Lead to excitement, creativity, and the energy to complete projects with aware action. Success. Traditionally, the Hanged Man is the opposite of that. Like, we're immobile. Spirit has put us in a space where we cannot move easily so that we can develop awareness and action. But now you're being given the ability to move forward. You've been given the green light. You've been given the clearance from Spirit, if you will, my beautiful feather crew. So you've suspected it for a while, and now you've just been given the green light. Like, yes, that thing, I feel like I'm an author. Are you an author? Are you writing a letter? Are you writing a note to somebody? Are you writing a text or an email? You're finding the words, and you're becoming the star. This decision you're making has put you in this power position, and your inner child is like, yes, you thought you knew what home felt like before. You're about to feel home wherever you go forever because of the amount of enrichment that's going to come into your life from this decision. The personal message here from the Star: how do I shine my light in an easy way, connecting to my higher knowledge to fulfill my karma? You're about to make or step into a destined reality for you, my beautiful feather crew. Destiny called, it extended its hand, and for a while you were like, I don't really know. I'm not sure about that. Like, let's smack that away. And then eventually the hand came back into your mind, and you were like putting your hand in it and saying, okay, let's do this thing. Let's collaborate. Let's go. Let's become. Let's step into my power. Let's accept my true desires and fulfill my destiny. That's powerful. That's it, beautiful feather crew. The reading's over. Have a wonderful time. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But your higher self and your inner child, which I just realized as in my Amethyst crew, these two are very tightly interwound. I didn't realize quite how tightly until these readings, but they are like 4 of wands in you and 6 of wands in you. Like, yeah, the union is gonna lead to your success. So let's see the truths that your inner child wants you to know. Literally illuminating the truth. I am willing to see things clearly, no matter the outcome. My angels respond when I am open and authentic about how I feel. What are you about to do? I want to know. I want to know. Can you show me? Tarzan reference, and not the first Tarzan reference we've had in this reading. I think Tarzan as an archetype was kind of an amazing reflection of the inner child. If you've seen Tarzan, yeah. If not, let's keep moving. My angels respond when I'm open and authentic about how I feel. So this has to do with stepping into a truth about you and holding out. Yeah, someone held out their hand or you're holding out your hand, but there's something going on with the hands here. And I'm loving that. That's a hand too. There's a hand right there. Look. Hand. Little hando. Soothing impatience. There is nothing to do but wait. So this is your hanged man moment. And maybe you're right at the end of a time of waiting. Or maybe you've like mailed off a letter or shipped off some communication or shot off some text, or you've done something. And now there's nothing to do but wait. Wait for that response. Wait for the consequences of your actions or the outcome, no matter what that may be. I got a hint for you. It's going to be good. Discovering happiness. I allow myself to be content exactly as I am. Healing heartbreak. My heart will love again. Oh, and anchoring the light. The light is always within me. So these are truths that your inner child wants you to know, my beautiful feather crew. I almost called you my beautiful star crew because the evolution that is going on here is, as the kids say, next level. What else here? What else here, inner child of my beautiful feather crew? The light is always within me. And it always has been. No matter what happens as the outcome of this thing that you've done or that you're about to do and take a risk on and take a chance on, and I am so proud of you for doing that. My goodness, am I proud of you for this. Can we just, like everybody, stand up, guides, everyone, my guides, your guides, are all like high-fiving one another. No matter what it is you've done, the very fact that you have done it or are about to do it is an innate reward that puts you into a place of personal power that is going to transform your reality. The light is always within me. My heart will love again. Yeah, it will. And better than ever before. And believing in that is a sacred part of this process. Okay, the meditation. Take a walk in nature and pay attention to your surroundings. This is something your inner child would like you to do. Take a walk in nature and pay attention to your surroundings. A mindful nature walk. And then the message. The message from your inner child. Do you even care? And this ties in with so many things. In this hanged man stage, your inner child was watching you and waiting for you to decide, my beautiful feather crew, about what you care about. Waiting for you to put your energy into a direction and commit to taking an action of some kind that showed that you care. And your inner child was waiting to see, are they going to do it? Am I going to do it? But of course, your inner child being linked with your higher self, like saw your higher self winking, like, yeah, Feather Crew is going to do it. You did it. And now your inner child knows that you care. You've answered the question. Do you even care? Absolutely I do, inner child. Absolutely. And whether I've just done this thing or I'm about to do this thing, by doing it and taking the leap into the star that you are, the star that you are, my beautiful feather crew, you are validating your inner self. You are making a choice to step into home, making a move to bring home to earth, I'm hearing. You may be a star seed or identify with that phrase star seed or light worker, or you may not know what the heck I'm talking about. Like star seed who? Do I plant that? Does it make a star tree? Oh, hey, look, the star. Okay. A star tree would be pretty awesome though. But anyway, you are showing, your inner child's like, thank you. Thank you for showing me you care by putting your energy in this. By boldly showing that you care to whatever it is this thing or this person or this place is. Now there's nothing to do but wait for the result. Wait to reap the harvest of your stars from your star seed. Because you've done the hard thing, or you're about to do the hard thing, my beautiful feather crew. And when you swallow the frog, not a great visual for the record, but it's a term that means do the uncomfortable thing. They often say swallow the frog first. Do the uncomfortable thing and then look at what happens. Look at the rewards that are going to happen. So if this is you, this is your energy check. This is your energy check, my beautiful feather crew. If this is you, or it sounds right, or it aligns, and you find yourself here, then you and your inner child are in exactly the right place. We're going to pack up these truths, and we're going to look with the tarot at medicine for your inner child, actions, ideas, energies to incorporate into your life that are going to get you into this star stage and help you feel like the badass you are. Because not only do you care, spirit cares, your higher self cares, the universe cares, your inner child cares. You are so cared about. And by learning to give that and show that and exhibit that boldly and bravely and courageously, you're going to get it back so much. I think you're also wondering if something or someone cares about you. Maybe if your inner child cares about you, it does. Maybe if spirit cares about you, sure does. Maybe if I care about you, absolutely. That's why we're here co-creating this. There are so many souls and energies and parts of the world that maybe you've been searching. Maybe you have been on that plane now as an adult. Maybe you've been here and there, and look, this looks like I'm about to write. But maybe you've been here and there and hither and thither looking for the thing that feels like home and the thing that will care. And now you're learning that you, by initiating the action and by giving of yourself, and by maybe putting yourself in an uncomfortable position and getting out of the pillow fort, by leaving the pillow fort and grabbing somebody's hand like your inner child did to me, and then leading me back into the pillow fort, that's how you make home. That's how you create home. It takes the initiative. And now you're there. You're there, or you're getting there. You're about to be there. And I am so stoked for you, my beautiful feather crew. We're diving in with Zeke's Arcana, one of my favorite tarot decks of all time, as of this point in time. And we're going to look at energies that your inner child would like you to incorporate and see the medicine that will help you get through this intermission between the Hanged Man and the Star. As you wait for your results and you wait to see what's going to pop up, your inner child's like, hey, woo, I'm here. I'm here. We're already getting pieces of the story. So inner child of my beautiful feather crew, show us more. What's the medicine? What's the medicine for a beautiful feather crew? Okay, that goes there. Oh. I guess we want to flip it over. Oh my goodness. I had to sing it. Yeah, I had to sing it. Okay. Flippity-doo. Flippity-doo-dah. Wow. I don't know. Something about music and a lighthearted attitude. And also, there's a blue jay on my shoulder. Or is it a bluebird? Bluebird on my shoulder. And this looks awfully like a bluebird to me. Just saying. Okay. We carry on. Oh, look at that. 6 of Wands. Page of Cups. The High Priestess. The Devil. Oh, yeah. 3 of Swords. To the Ace of Cups. To the Patron. The patron saint of self-love. That's what you're about to become, if I have my way. So my beautiful feather crew, let's check out the medicine that your inner child has got for you, because it is radical. Don't say that often, but you know your inner child's bringing it out in me, and so is this deck. First, I got to do a double check for nudity, just so I can cover it. Okay, we're in the clear. Starting with the patron. The patron is a major arcana card that was added by the illustrator and designer and artist of this deck. I recommend checking out her website at zekeslunchbox.com to reflect you, quite literally, reflect you. The patron is the person who gives. For example, if I had like a place where people could donate, and you chose to donate, you would be a patron of mine. You would be donating your resources, giving me your patronage. This card was devoted to all of the people who donated to help this artist create this deck. And what this card is saying right now is twofold. If you're looking for a person who's worthy of love, look in the mirror. That's number 1 from your inner child. Number 2 is, if you're looking at a person to initiate the giving, to get what you want, look in the mirror. So you are both worthy of receiving love, my beautiful feather crew, and you are worthy of giving love. And to initiate the giving process is going to be a powerful part of your story indeed. So here's what your inner child would like you to incorporate: the medicine, the energies, the action. First of all, it's got a lot to do with anxiety and lack and worrying that things will go wrong. So instruction number 1 from your inner child is, and please feel free to make notes of this if you've got a pen handy, because we've got a feather that looks like a pen and then 2 pencils, and for some reason they've been there the whole time, but all I can see is utensils of communication, like they're just screaming at me. So feel free to write this down if you've got a spot. Instruction number 1 is to put an end to a lack and a scarcity mentality and worrying that you're going to lose it all. Because what you're really going to do is gain an opportunity to collaborate. Incredible. You might have been afraid you were going to lose a bunch of stuff, and your inner child's telling you you're actually going to gain not just monetary abundance, but the opportunity to collaborate to build something of value. So step 1 is lose the scarcity mentality. Step 2 is to realize that by investing in others and by being vulnerable and taking the first step, I know that's a lot to write down, but by investing in others, you're investing in your own success. So by giving, you are receiving. That's step number 2. By giving, you are receiving. You are quite literally building a legacy here. With whatever you're about to do or you've just done, my beautiful feather crew, this is legacy stuff. This is commitment that doesn't feel like entrapment. Doesn't feel like pain. It's not going to feel like pain. It's not going to feel like you owe anybody anything. You're afraid of owing things to people because they've used that in the past to manipulate you. But this time is different because you're different. You're smarter, you're wiser. Your inner child says, you know so much more than you did before. And you've retained your glorious heart. You've just been waiting to give something special to somebody. You've retained your glorious heart, and you've retained so much innocence, but you've also grown and matured and been burned a few times and had some pain, had some heartbreak. I know that you're afraid of that happening again. But what your inner child wants you to know is that it's not going to happen again, because you're not the same person that you were when it happened the first time. So set your eyes on the prize. This is step number 3, I think, because we got step number 1, step number 2, step number 3. Set your eyes on the prize and then attack in a loving fashion. Let loose your love and your vulnerability. Set yourself free by being honest. Write down whatever resonates of these many instructions. Setting your eyes on the prize is really important. Identify what you want. If it's a person, tell them. If it's a place, go to it. If it's a thing, start putting money into your bank account, or just buy it if you can. Get the thing you want. Be the announcer. Be the narrator of your own story. Step into that main character energy, my beautiful feather crew, and announce to the person, place, or thing of your desire that you want it. If it's a less literal outcome, like getting a book published, or first of all, if it's getting a book published, let's run with that example. Choose the publishing agents that you want, and then send them a letter and say, I want you to publish my book. Basically, make your intentions known in the most direct way that you can. Like, bust through the hesitation and the fear and understand that this is how you invest in your own success. So do that. Make your intentions known directly. Directly is very important. These rainbows shooting out of my Page of Cups eyes are not loopy, and they're not like flowy, and they're not zigzaggy, and they're not anything but direct and straight. There's no mistaking what she's looking at. And in this case, she's looking at the 6 of Wands. Go figure. You're literally looking at your success right in the eyes. You need to stop doubting your intuition. That's step number 4. It goes along with the scarcity mentality. These are like bed buddies? Is that a term? Bedfellows. Bedfellows. But bed buddies sounds pretty fun, if we're being honest. Stop doubting your intuition. Your inner high priestess, that's your intuitive self, knows what you want and is correct. Your intuitive self, your inner child, is saying also, is turned away from your doubts and worries. So if you're wondering what it is that you want, what is it that you're relaxed around when you're with it? What is it that when you visualize it or you connect to it energetically, because I do sense your intuitive abilities here, makes you go, oh yeah, oh my gosh, what is it that feels like home, beautiful feather crew? Think about what feels like home, maybe closer than you think, and trust that that is the outcome that Spirit wants for you. Don't doubt it, know it, and trust it. Step number 5. Throw this worry away. No, there's a better way to say that. That's a very little reader way to say it. And we're looking for a much more brilliant way to say it. Spirit, give me the word. Give me the words. Trust that your heart is protected. Trust that your heart is protected. I just realized we got some nudity. I mean, technically we got double nudity. Wow, I think I'm just, at this point, I've been not hazed, although that's a great word, desensitized to this whole deck. So it's like I can't even see the nudity in it anymore. But I saw it, I've seen it, we've covered it. Sorry to all the young eyes there. Trust that your heart will be protected. Step number 5. Your inner child knows that you're worried about getting heartbroken again, and that you're worried about getting your hopes up and getting awfully attached to something and then having it go really, really badly. And your inner child knows what a tender heart you have. I mean, you still have it, and your inner child is a walking tender heart. I mean, like, come into my pillow fort. Are you serious? That's nothing but love there. It's time to trust that your heart is being taken care of. And that, well, step number 6 is receive the love. Receive the love. Because when you trust that you're going to get it, you're going to get it. You are going to get it. It is assured. This is like a sneaky peek at your blessing. Ooh. We're going to use the Tarot of Oneness for your blessing in 2 seconds. But long story short, which again, I don't know why I'd ever try to do that. My beautiful feather crew, step number 6 is to receive the love. Know that it's coming. By being courageous, by making this move, by doing this thing, even if it's an act of self-love, even if it has nothing to do with anybody else or anything else, you know what it is. Do it courageously. Claim it courageously. And then receive the love. Because it's going to be there for you. You're turning into the star, my beautiful feather crew. This thing that you're becoming a different person as a result of going after and taking a step toward that which you want. And you're so ready and you're so worthy. So please, take the step. Claim the thing. And then enjoy the harvest. Love that. So now, we are going to see, using the Tarot of Oneness, the blessings that come as a result. We already saw a sneak peek. We know Ace of Cups, emotional fulfillment, love. In whichever way you're craving, it's coming as a result of this move. So let's see what other blessings. Inner child of my beautiful feather crew, show us what blessings my beautiful feather crew can expect to receive as a result of this courageous declaration or act or writing, message to the world, maybe in a book, or message to a person, maybe in an email, or whatever it is. What is the reward for my beautiful feather crew? Show us, Spirit. Well. 4 of Wands on the back of the deck. I knew that. There it is again. Show us, Spirit. And I just got flashed the Lovers, and I just got flashed the 10 of Cups. Show us the gift, the blessings that my beautiful feather crew gets to unwrap and cry tears of joy when they receive. Big emotional release here. My beautiful, beautiful feather crew. Synchronicity is the first thing. Everything comes together. The picture appears whole. Things make sense that didn't make sense before. Everything falls into place. There's a sense of harmony and peace, and dare I say it, home. Restfulness in this shift by standing in your own power, by being proud of yourself for having taken the leap, by patiently waiting, by loving yourself, by not doubting yourself if you already did the thing, by just being with yourself and accepting. Oh my goodness, in a twist of good luck, we have the Wheel of Fortune upright. We have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Star in reverse. We have Awakening, which is formally Judgment, I think. Don't quote me on that. We can check. I wonder if it'll be in the book. Yes, formally Judgment. Nice. Lesson for me to you. Trust thyself. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. We've got the Ace of Swords. We've got the Three of Pentacles. There's that collaboration again. And we've got the Five of Swords, an end to loneliness, an end to being right all by yourself, my beautiful feather crew. Here is what I see for you and what your higher self, your inner child, spirit, your spirit guides, and the whole extremely robust team that you have around you has to say. Your twist of luck is going to right several things that have been wrong in your life. Please forgive me for using your feather as a pointer. It's just really fun. And we are on the inner child reading, so our job is to have fun. It's going to right several things. First of all, what you've been holding back giving and what's you've perceived has been being held back from you is going to amply surround you. If that's love, resources, finances, praise, community, exaltation, whatever it is, you're going to get it in spades. Here's the Star, which we saw earlier is what you're turning into. And this is going to be righted. What was previously upside down and blocked and you felt unsure and like you didn't know, let's just go ahead and flip all of these around, because in this twist of fate, in the turn of the wheel, this all turns around. Suddenly, you're receiving an inpouring of emotional satisfaction, fulfillment. The sun is shining on your face. You have stepped into alignment with your karma and into your destiny, and you can feel that, again, like a light shining on your face. We see a sun, and we see a light, and then we see a sun or a very bright star or planet. Everything's turning up roses. There's a movie that's from with Keira Knightley and Mark Ruffalo. Oh my goodness, there's even a song called Lost Stars in that movie. Are we all lost stars? You're not going to be a lost star anymore, my beautiful feather crew. You're a found star. The judgment is that you receive something about hands, I said, and hands. You receive that which you've been asking for. You receive the gift. You see that your investment was worthwhile. It was for something. By having this conversation or making this declaration, you're given a truth that means long-term collaboration. No more loneliness. You get to build something real that has substance, which you've been yearning to do for so long, my beautiful feather crew. You've been yearning for this opportunity to build something of substance that lasts, that matters. Your legacy matters to you now more than it ever has before. Your inner child is saying you're turning your pillow fort into a reality. You're building your home here on earth, your castle here on earth, and you want it to be a place that changes lives and that changes your life and that includes other people, and you're getting that. You're not going to be alone and all by yourself anymore. You're not going to be even right and all by yourself anymore. There's an ego death involved here as you evolve into this new version of you, my beautiful feather crew. And this new version of you is about collaboration. I almost said collabority, which would be a hybrid between collaboration and community, but deeply, meaningfully. Harmony is what I see here for you. Joy, emotional fulfillment on steroids, but in a good way with no ill side effects. Why it feels like it's on steroids is because it's been held back by a dam for so long, and the dam has burst, and it's an overflow, but what you thought would be temporary turns out it's an infinite influx of emotional satisfaction and love. Holy something, Batman? Holy... What is that? Holy something, Batman. The something is a blank. I don't know what that is, but if it were me, I would be saying holy moly. If you know what that saying is, please feel free to put it down below. This, my beautiful feather crew, is the blessing that's coming for you. Emotional satisfaction, personal satisfaction, and home on earth. Some might say heaven. If you have enjoyed this journey, please if you'd like a key to the Little Reader's House to come back anytime, please subscribe. Hit that bell icon. And then anytime some force is trying to channel its way into your heart, you have the direct portal. And if you can comment anything about your story, your journey, I love the comments because they make it become real for me. This co-creation feels a lot less one-sided when those comments come in and it's like, oh my goodness, it's real, it's alive, this work has value. Just like you, my beautiful feather crew. You have infinite value and you deserve to be loved and have home wherever you are. I'm sending you so much love, all the love I've got. And until we meet again in the Little Reader's House, you take very good care. Bye for now.